Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm not your host. Here's Brotatoe.
Hello, it's me, the boy that's just had his eardrums blown out. Thank you, Brad. That was
that wind
Did I shout?
loud.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Was bad?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, there you go.
Three and then two, and it's just the same fucking sound.
It was what's terrible is like Tuesday coughed at the same time, right? And I was like, oh yeah, Tuesday was sick last week. But then I was like, Tuesday, what the fuck crawled inside of you? Because I thought that was her coughing. Like, okay.
Well, it kind of is.
Oh my god.
It's the Arctic
approximately what I sound like
larva that crawls.
The Arctic larva. That thing is I'm pretty sure that was a Stargate episode, Star Trek episode, a X-Files episode.
Called the movie
The beginning of X-Files, the movie, and I think the beginning of Cloverfield is them scraping something off of the Arctic floor. That's
Why does it
terrifying.
always have to come out to that
Is
way?
that different to a
Well, that
pelvic
comes out of
floor?
my lungs.
Hot.
It looks
Looks approximately like that, less
It looks
frozen, but still
exactly like when you've had like bronchitis for 2 weeks and you cough and something flies out when you weren't expecting it. That's what it looks like.
Oh, is it flubber? It's just literally flubber in
Yeah, but like
larva form.
flubber with 17 legs. They said it's like a hippopotamus. They're classifying it as a hippopotamus, kind of.
They're doing what?
Yeah, that weird
It's
larva
the
thing that they
it's the
found.
size of a hippo. It literally just it's magnified.
Oh, that guy that's holding it is really, really
He's
tall.
just really fucking big.
He's a titan. That's why he lives there.
All right. Hello, everyone. Sorry, we're talking before the call about scientists finding some kind of weird god snot bug in the bottom of the ocean
Snot bug.
that looks like a giant like booger, you know?
And
Like-
Brad's new rash. We were talking
And-
about that as well.
Brad's
Can that
new
be the
rash.
episode name? Brad's new rash.
Brad's new rash.
Done.
I support
I
this.
like it.
Mammal has a rash. We,
No, not mammal.
Brad.
No,
Brad.
just Brad.
Brad's new rash.
Just Brad. Okay.
I want to use that for something. That
Brad,
just-
you've
All right, in a week, I'm gonna need an update on Brad's new rash.
That's the PT. That should be your next song that you make. Is Brad's new rash.
Brad's new rash.
Could be people
What was that one that you
It's
made?
the new
for-
that makes it.
You made
because
the.
It alludes to the fact that there were others.
Yeah. The latest in a long line of rashes.
Yes.
Poor Brad. That's why he was unverified. He got a rash.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't care about it either way, to be honest. I don't know why everyone's losing their minds. No, it doesn't do anything.
This nice little bubble.
Yeah.
What are
were
we
you talking about the
talking
Gundam
about?
Fuck
You know,
album, Jay?
technically. What? What's that?
Were you talking about the Gundam Fuck album?
Yes, that.
Those have already been named by Brad, and I
I-
think each name is actually one of his different rashes that he's had.
Correct.
I'm gonna have to look at the song titles now. That's that gave
Would
me
you like to
terrible
hear
pictures.
them?
Do it. Give me two. Give me two right now.
Maybe two. Hang on, let me find my
And then introduce yourself.
two. Is that a war in your pocket? That was a groin rash. That one.
That's a good joke because there's a Gundam series called War in My Pocket.
And RX-7X into my pants. That was
That's the prescription cream he's got to use.
Well, the R87X is the name of the Gundam or whatever, and then
It's also the
IR2,
rash near the taint.
but all-
I
yeah,
think-
well,
I don't mean this in a bad way. I think that's the best nerdy thing that you've ever said.
they're
Brad.
all good names. You don't
I
understand.
never knew
I
you
don't
were
get
that into
any.
Gundam.
All of
Just-
them are good names for Gundam album.
I feel like we need a lore drop this month on our Patreon of you just going through the names and like why
How I
you
came
named
up with them.
It's just like this is this because in episode 43, the chief
Can we not do
commander.
a deep dive into Brad's memes? I don't think any of us will survive that.
I need it, dude. I'm a content creator.
I
need
tried to
figure
do
out where
that
get some news
on
from, you know.
on Zero Blue Orion at the beginning of the stream. Everyone was like, "Why are you so evil?" And I was like, "This is why." And I completely deconstructed why I said the thing I said that I was being attacked for. And no one, they still didn't understand. You'll never work it out. You just will never understand. That's how it is. Even if I try and explain it, everyone's still like, "That guy's a fucking dick." I'm like, all right, well,
Why is he such an asshole?
why is he such an asshole? I'm like, it's not real, I guess. Please don't hurt me. They're like, get
yeah,
the
you guys-
pitchforks and the
You have
fire.
Rashman in ZBO too, don't you?
Yeah. The best thing about Rashman is that he was it's Fist of the Walrus' his character, and he sold a rash cream, and then we went to this completely other solar system, and then he's like really famous there for being the person that was selling the cream, but the cream is the cream that cures the rash that was given to everyone by the first version of the cream. Everyone got this rash because this cream, and then they sold a second cream. It was just a huge deal, and now he's like famous in that system, but in our system he's like a Z-list celebrity.
Are you trying to say that if you or a loved one has contracted mesothelioma, you might be entitled to compensation?
I don't know what you just said, okay, but I'm fucking offended by it. All right, it sounded specific enough that I get to be offended by it because that's how it works.
Specific.
I can't believe that meme has not reached the EU.
I know,
I'm
right?
actually really
that
sad
would be,
about that.
That's like all the U.S. commercials where they're like, if you or a loved one has mesothelioma, I can't even pronounce it. They're like, you may be entitled to compensation, and it's like a lawyer with a big number on the screen. You haven't seen those memes?
I mean, I've seen those adverts and stuff.
Okay.
But I haven't seen the memes. No.
Oh, all right.
It might not translate to the EU because we're not all like super commercialized. Everything's an advert and being sold to you, so it's weird when we see those ads. It's like, what the hell is happening? Is this real? And Americans are like, this is this is all the TV. This is all there is.
Yeah.
This is all the TV.
There's no content on here. It's just
all
this.
that and JG Wentworth commercial.
The shows are on for like 1 minute as well. It's really weird.
Don't sing it. YouTube will get us. They will get us. They'll find us. And they will not be merciful. All right. Ragtags, so far PB's the only one that gets flagged on our YouTube. All right, Ragtags is not. And
PB, way to go.
PB's the problem child. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. Peachy never introduced himself. Can you do so, my friend?
Hi. What? Yeah, I'm Peachy. Hi. What? Why am I introducing myself? You know me. I
know him.
I've completely forgotten who I play. Megan. I wasn't wow, I've never been caught out before. That's so weird. Hi, I'm Peachy. I play Megan, who is a thief and a rogue. And he came out as a thief to his only friend at this point. He's not really a friend. He kind of has to be there, I guess.
Man,
that's
so
close
cheerful.
enough for Megan. That's close enough
cheerful.
for Megan.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
She's not paying me, and I am still there. That is high praise.
Yeah. Yep.
But they still technically owe you gold, so... Kael, Tuesday.
I'm supposed to play someone different to my actual self by only hanging out with people who pay me.
I play Kael, who is Megan's new bestie. That's right. I said it. We're like this. Thick as thieves! Which I now know that he possibly might be, but also he's got money to feed the orphans, so do I really care about his profession? That's the question. I play a half-elf cleric who is finding out some very, very interesting information about her potential parentage and trying to solve the world's problems. Wish me luck.
That's a good way to put it. Damn. What about you, the two Wonder Twins? Who wants to go first? Humphrey or Mammal? All right, Humphrey. With the big nose.
Doesn't that mean he doesn't want to go?
Goes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
yeah,
suck it up. That didn't reach Canada, clearly.
Yeah, apparently it didn't.
That's never
Get on with it.
Apparently.
Well, I play Humphrey, my third character of the campaign, because this campaign fucking hates me and everything I do.
Yep.
It's great.
So do
fantastic.
If that you just wanted to just mention that.
Thanks, Dad.
And why that's funny, right? I'll tell you why I think that's funny, and I'll deconstruct that for you. And this is because everyone goes, "Oh my god, you can't say that." This is why I think it's funny, because the actual truth is the complete opposite. I fucking love Zotbot. I love him, and it's absurd to me that I would even say that. You know, it's so absurd that I would even say I hate you or whatever.
That's the joke.
That's the joke, but everyone just takes it fucking seriously. And everyone thinks I'm always fucking angry all the fucking time. And it's not fucking true. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Go on and carry on.
So I play Humphrey now. He's an interesting little dude.
I thought it would be good if I had like an applause and a laugh track, because then it helped people understand me.
It sounded like a toilet
static.
flushing.
It sounded like a toilet.
That's a good joke. That was a good joke, Tuesday.
There we go.
It sounds like they're all in the shower now too.
It actually sounds like 13 souls being flushed down a toilet.
That is precise.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, the guy XLR doesn't translate through Zoom too well, but I'm sure the stream get it.
Your
right.
voice goes all weird when that happens.
That's because I'm all the way over here as well, and it's like I'm not even.
No, you like sound underwater.
I'm not.
It's the mic. Yeah.
That's what it is. Don't worry. You carry on. No, carry on.
PB, you are so welcome for the anxiety attack that is editing this MP3. Or Noodle, whichever one. Just you're welcome for the anxiety attack. I couldn't.
Doesn't matter, Jay. It's not us.
Mammal. Introduce yourself.
I don't want to. Get on with it.
Welcome to Ragtags. That was Mammal Bifrost, son of Solomon Grundy, who died on the 7th day, just like Mammal will. Welcome. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to us talk about Antarctica and weird sea slugs and put up with Brad while he does that there. Let's start the session. Last week, you all had a kind of a meeting, a reunion of some sorts until it didn't. To quote our one of our old Peak Cliff episodes, you were all kind of nestled in the Temple of Eldath and seeking refuge there. This temple that you had studied at for so long, Kael, and left with your best friend Taldro. You sent him off and acquired 2 new party members. But when speaking to Elorir, your old mentor, the kind of keeper of this temple here, he eventually talked about these white ravens that you've all been seeing throughout your travels here. He took the information that you noted they were speaking to each other telepathically, they being these burning thorns, and this witch that you've now discovered is trying to stop you for some reason, Kael, trying to find you, trying to reach you. And she's employed the kind of bandits, the burning thorns here, a tribe of like 3,000 strong nomadic barbarian bandits. Say that 5 times fast. As you were, as you were all discussing this and taking refuge and just about to go to sleep, Elorir kind of brought this bird down to all of you. This bird that he had said had been roosting up in the top of the spires of the Temple of Eldath. He brought a white raven, which you promptly killed, Megan. But not soon enough that the Witch Queen herself started to speak to you, Megan, through another bird, and discovered the location of where the 4 of you were staying. You had a conversation, and she kind of ended it with a flippant, oh, well, maybe I'll just come to you. And then she did. And the scene ensuing there was the 4 or 3 of you jumping down this kind of pit, this large open hole that that resided just under the main kind of prayer location here. I'll say the large high vaulted room where you had spent most of your days praying. Just underneath it, Elorir told you, was the shrine to Eldath, which then was promptly kind of destroyed as you, Mammal, faced her down, and she destroyed the floor underneath you, sending you, Mammal, to down beneath, kind of flying down this hole that the others had jumped down, but not without a last message. She had let you, quote unquote, meet her master, Tharizdun, which was represented by just a hyper-extended, opened mouth and a kind of deep voice that seemed to ring throughout your eardrums. And all of you were kind of cast down into this large, large lake. I think I had like a temp picture for it. You're all cast down into this large lake. kind of a huge cavern here with a lake in the middle, which Kael would know has been kind of notoriously used for the merfolk of this world. There are merfolk up to the north. Jeez, I can't speak today, man. That make a pilgrimage and use this passage here. We find the four of you now, having saved Elarir from the water and from drowning. You split ways, and the four of you went west. You started to proceed down these caves of crystal. They're like they're these crystals that are almost translucent, icy in color, that kind of shiny white. You can see small arcs of electricity, somewhat like they connect to either side and run all the way up to the tip like a point. Humphrey, I believe you asked last session if it was warm, and as you touch the walls, it's very, very hot. The tunnel that you start to enter is a little bit, I mean, obviously a bit warmer than the room here full of water, but it's like almost oppressingly so. It's not hot enough that you can't breathe. But if I'm not mistaken, you four were headed west, I think, with the plan to kill the witch. And Elarir had sent you down this cave of crystals. So as we find the four of you walking alone, your kind of footsteps pitter-pattering and echoing throughout, you can feel this kind of thick air, this heat. What are you all doing? You guys doing anything? Are you walking in silence?
Grumbling.
What are you grumbling?
Just grumbling. Like,
yeah.
Walking along, kicking things, grumbling.
Humphrey would be right next to him, just club on his back, just kind of walking with it, just looking around. I think last time there was like a spark, or like there's some sort of like energy around like the crystals, and yeah. If you want me to describe it, there's like side to side. So imagine inside of these crystals, as if they were hollowed out, kind of looks like it. These electrical arcs will just kind of like zzz, taper off to a point at the end. They're infrequent, probably like 10 seconds in between. Okay. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Humphrey's probably just looking at him. Nothing really too extreme, but just more of like, it's a shiny.
Kael, Megan, are you guys up front leading, or are you behind?
I think I'm scouting ahead, yeah.
Okay. How far ahead? Just like foot-wise?
Both my feet with me. I know, like, a good 40 foot. I want to be away from them, so if anything, I can see anything.
Okay.
There's still time.
Kael, what are you doing while Megan is?
Have we had a rest? My demeanor will sort of depend on that.
That's no. Okay. I know you guys haven't. You, Elarir interrupted you right as you went to kind of settle down for the night. So it's like about midnight-ish here. It was getting late, and you had all discussed that. Megan had followed him up, and then eventually he had come down a little bit after. So I think that was right as you were trying to rest. So I don't think you've had a short rest or a long rest.
Okay. So I'm probably kind of just staring at my feet. I would be a little bit dazed. Lots of new information, big journey and task ahead, and probably a need for sleep.
Okay. What are you thinking about all the everything that was told there? Everything that Mammal delivered as well. Like, do you think that's running through your head at all, or no?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think that I don't believe any of this yet. I would say there's still an element of shock.
Yeah.
Certainly from losing Taldro, and also just, the info bomb came out of nowhere, and I was not, that was not even on my radar. Anything to do with my parents was not on my radar. So disbelief, I think, is still how to characterize most of my thinking around that.
Okay. So you're kind of dragging your feet while these two are mumbling behind you. Whether they're mumbling to each other or not, I don't know if you know. Megan, you go about 40 feet, I think you said, up this corridor here. And just so you all know, there's kind of it's not man-made straight, but it's a relatively straight tunnel here. Just seems to be about 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide, kind of large. And there are these crystals that, like, sporadically, but maybe one every couple of feet, that grow out of the ground. Some of them interrupt your footsteps. Some of them kind of come down into the tunnel where you'd have to duck around it like a stalactite. And about 40 feet up, Megan, you hear like kind of I don't know how to, like a sick, slimy sound. There's like a, and then it kind of, you hear a pop, like a pop, and then the impact of something hitting the floor a little further up in the darkness. You only have the one, you only have the one dark vision goggle, right? Roll me a perception check. Further up, it takes a second. You turn your dark vision eye towards where the sound is, and you can see a small, lumpy, larva-looking worm. Looks like it's chewing.
Hippopotamus.
It looks a little bit like a small hippopotamus. You hear a crunch though, and you see some of the crystal get chewed, like it's eating this white translucent crystal. But it's about no bigger than a foot. And as you look, you can hear the sound.
It sounded like it dropped down.
Yeah. I think if you maybe follow the path, you can work it out. There seems to be a small hole that was like bored in the ceiling, like burrowed through. And it just like right next to where it fell, there's a crystal, and there's and then as you can see the crystals like start to digest through its body. It itself is translucent.
I'd probably approach it, but I want to keep an eye and make sure nothing, it's not a drop bear hippopotamus.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to like stealth up to it? Are you just trying to inspect it as you get closer? What are you doing?
I'll probably stealth actually, because it seems like an animal and they get spooked easy.
Yeah. Okay, give me a stealth check.
I have to.
Woo! Oh, I wish Kesh was here to see it. Oh no.
You know what's absolutely great about that?
Would it have passed if it wasn't a crit fail?
Is yes. It rolled an 11.
Oh shit.
You take a step, and I think you dislodge a rock, maybe out of curiosity, and it slowly, you can see it's like two stalks kind of pop up, and they slowly start to turn towards you. It looks like it might take like a minute. It looks like it's noticed you, but it might take a minute for it to turn around. It's slowly.
It's like a slow...
Like a slug, kind of.
How big?
About a foot, like a literal foot. About as big as your boot.
Can I circle strafe and try and get closer? Because if it's turning really slow, maybe I can get a look at it if I can get a bit closer.
You can try. You start to maybe kind of duck out of its vision a little bit here, and as you get closer, we'll say about 5-10 feet, if closer if you'd like, it's still rotating, and if by the time that it faces the wall where you were, you're like to its left, and it still continues to rotate.
Can I check it out? Do I notice anything about it?
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Not really a biologist. 19.
As far as you can tell, it's fucking weird. Nothing you've seen before.
As far as you can tell.
It's eating these crystals. So I think maybe you can get a general idea of the diet. I don't think you have any idea what it is. Neither do we. But
I try and grab it and hold it in my hands.
Yeah. You reach down. It's like a wet bag, like filling up or picking up a water bag. It like, and you can see the noise is made by its like 8 legs, 4 on each side, as they kind of wave around, and it makes like kind of a noise. As you're picking it up, I think you start to hear the footsteps of the other group coming down the hallway. Not like too close, but you can start to hear them.
I like look up at the hole, make sure nothing's dropping on me.
As far up as you can see, maybe like training the left eye at the dark vision, it stops about like 10 feet up, like it had curved, maybe gone on like a L-shaped turn, but you don't see anything else inside of it.
Oh, lads, is this one of them wet potatoes?
The fuck's wrong with those boys?
We're in a cave.
Mine didn't sound like that.
What kind of cave are we in then?
You sound like you're inside a dream.
What about this one? Cave?
What's wrong with those boys?
Tiny. Hey,
Oh, can we stop fucking about?
why are you screaming? Hey,
What's the matter?
What is this? Is this one of yours? It's weird.
looking at it, like,
He holds it up.
is it like kind of like trying to grab for anything like that, or is it just kind of like sitting there just?
Yeah, you can. There's like a weird noise coming out of it, like a squealing, kind of like gas being let out of a bag, like really slowly. Excuse me. And you can tell its legs are trying to grab onto something. Like it's grabbing his hand, it's grabbing anything, it's grabbing some of his tunic. It's just like
Fucking gross.
That's fucking gross.
And it looks a bit like a hippopotamus.
Humphrey takes his club out and wants to go ahead and just swing at it like it's like a baseball, actually.
We're doing this like a cat. Stop it.
Not a cat.
Yeah, I think what happens here is like you step up with that, and Megan, you can see he's getting ready to hit it while you've got it in your hand.
I'm just.
What?
Kael, come and have a look at this.
Gross.
You're like clever and stuff.
But it's gross.
So I lift my head and I shuffle on over. Oh, I don't think I've seen one of those before.
That chair's weird.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you touch it, it's spongy.
I don't want to touch it. Should we put it back?
Well, what do you reckon it is? You must know something.
Well, I don't think I've seen one.
It was eating this crystal.
Eating the wall.
You know anything like any type of creature that would actually eat crystal, like in general? Just like some sort of, not a parasite, but like a something.
Yeah, you can give me a
subterranean.
survival check, all of you, if you'd like.
Sure.
And I will say, all of you see these kind of like.
It's from the moon. It's gonna conquer us all. It needs to die.
Praise Helix, dude. We got a nat 1 from Humphrey, a 23 from Mammal, and 11 from Kael. I don't think so, Humphrey. I don't think so. There may have been a couple of rumors growing up about like tree-eating slugs. So maybe that would make sense that there's a rock-eating slug or crystal-eating slug. For Mammal, Kael is what, like, as far as you know, its diet seems to be these crystals. You can see kind of bits of it floating in the stomach of it. You can see some of the organs, and it itself is like translucent. Like you can see, it's see-through. I can't remember what the actual term for it is, but you can see his hand on the other side. Some of the veins kind of against it.
Yeah,
Is it translucent?
Right. Yeah, translucent is like when it's a little bit transparent, pretty much.
Oh, okay. I'm just going off of the boys. That's
Like
just
the
the most
crystal
recent thing in my
Xbox
head.
controller. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Okay. Yeah, like the old Game Boy Colors. Oh. So yeah, it continues to make this noise as you're holding it, and
Can I grab some of the crystals and try and feed it to it?
I don't think you could like they're quite thick. I'd say they're like as thick as someone's like leg. in size, so you can't just like snap it off.
Bammel, hit one of those for me. Try and smash it.
Why me?
Does it?
I meant I'm free. I definitely said I'm free.
Looks him
No,
straight
they
in
all
the
look
eye.
alike
Just
to me.
Shakes his head.
takes the club out, both hands overhand, and wants to like just break like.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna make sure I'm standing by a crystal when he tries to attack, and I'm gonna dodge out of
Strength
the way.
check.
Strength check. I think I actually. I don't know. Hold on. Is that advantage with strength checks? Yep.
Okay. Is that?
It's aspect of beast.
It's like pulling, lifting, blah 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 blah, right?
Pull, lift, or break objects.
Break on. All right. Yeah. So you get advantage on that.
Okay. So strength check. This will go over so well. Natural 20.
25. So let me see real quick. What are you
How
using?
do you kill him?
My the
Great
great
club?
club.
Okay.
Great club. If it doesn't have flesh, it goes.
That's just a regular great
I'd say I
club.
was
yeah?
dodging,
just
so
yep.
technically it might be 15.
You bring it down, and there's a resounding kind of like as it reverberates. You crack the crystal, and part of the head kind of crashes into the ground, and you're left with kind of like a larva-sized pyramid off the top of this crystal. But the electricity that was contained inside of it now seems to like and kind of like flays outwards, almost like tentacle-like for a second, like it and then dissipates into the air.
Oh,
Do we
what's
get
in them crystals?
the like? I guess is like more of like a static field now, like where you just kind of feel like the air, like ends of our hair is just kind of sticking up, or is it just...
Yeah, like you can see the electricity manifest and then whip out a little bit and dissipate, and then I guess everyone's hairs would stick up a little bit. It's already hot in here as well, so it's probably doing that a lot already. If you do you have hair, Humphrey?
Not on his head.
Okay.
Patchy beard, just very short. Ends of his arms, I think, are actually all.
Okay.
It's
I'll
all
just set the
burnt,
picture
so-
here then. So from the moment that you've like touched it, all your hair then just went.
His beard extends just like
Great
a little bit more.
beard goes just stands out. And he does it. He breaks off a tiny little piece of the crystal here.
Oh, cheers, but banging.
What do you do with it?
What?
I want to try and pick it up and see if my new friend wants to eat it.
Yeah, as you start to hold this up, you see its jaw hyperextend just a little bit more than normal. It's not like an insane amount, but you see it like kind of like it just kind of opens up like just a couple inches more and latches on to the top of this. Humphrey, you could feel how hard this thing was to hit. I think that would maybe be driven home a little further when it just and chomps through it. With seemingly no teeth, you can just see the and then crunches of it chewing it, and you see it like digest a small bit. You just hear the rocks kind of bouncing around with each other, and then silence again as they settle in the stomach, and it goes back for another one. No longer kind of making that squealing noise. It's just happily chewing on it.
I have it like a child, and I'm holding it like a bottle, the crystal.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute, isn't it?
Where did you get it? Were there more?
Well, it fell from up there. See that hole up there?
You just see me kind of doing the math in my head here. And it can eat the crystal.
Apparently.
How?
Well, I mean, it can't be that hard.
Humphrey
He
could
just
eat
hit
one.
it with his club.
I'm gonna throw one at Humphrey.
You
Kinda
said
looks
that Humphrey would eat one?
Yeah.
Looks at it, smells it. What would it smell like? This
I feel like it would smell like a obviously earth, and then there'd be like a little bit of a metallic taste to it. I think it would be like sulfuric a little bit as well. Oh fuck! Wish I didn't drop out of chemistry. Yeah, I think so.
Takes
like a burnt kind of.
Sulfur smells like
from
eggs
his-
and farts, I think.
I could only imagine like
I thought that
burnt
was natural
copper
gas.
wire. Like I'm
Yes.
just getting.
Yeah.
So takes a swig, opens his jaw, and just tries to not too hard, just enough to like if he can feel his jaw crack, his
Yeah.
teeth fuck up,
Yeah.
his already lack of teeth.
Give me a Constitution saving throw
Fantastic.
with disadvantage.
Of course.
Because you don't have a lot of
don't have a lot of teeth. That's a 19.
19. So you.
Oh, that's a check.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, I don't think unless your saving throw is.
It is. Of course.
Hold on, wait for. So you don't quite get it in time. As you bite down, you can feel a shooting pain from the middle of your tooth, almost like your tooth gets like split in half just the tiniest bit, but it doesn't break it. But one of the 8 remaining teeth cracks a little bit in half. You can feel and that pain just shoots straight up to your eyes.
Throws the crystal on the floor, takes his flask 2 hands, and just chugs the crap out of it.
Yeah, so I think you can very much tell Mammal he can't chew on it. Meanwhile, this little larva kind of each sound of it like biting echoes down like both ends of the cave here.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
As it's eating, I can't do my normal accent. As it's eating, I can see that it doesn't have any teeth, and it's like gumming it. Can I see how it's like eating it?
What was your investigation? 19? Yeah. So if you look a little bit closer, maybe before one of these bites here, you've got it pretty close to kind of cradled. So you can see there's like little gum teeth. Little teeth made out of the whatever material, wet, sandbaggy material it's made of. And when it bites in, I think you can see like a small greenish fluid excreting from them, like it's breaking it down somehow. There's something.
It's like got some sort of mouth juice, and it's like sort of breaking the crystal. It's not like chewing on it, kinda. You know, like when you pour water on a paper bag,
Yes.
like that. That's what it looks like.
Well, then
What should I call it?
I suggest call it. You mean to keep it?
Look at it, it's so cool. It eats crystals.
Well, I admit it occurs to me that could come in handy, but what if it doesn't want to be kept?
It seems alright.
Yeah, it's like splaying, kind of. It's still doing the all 8 legs are going, but they've kind of grabbed onto his his jacket, like a cat.
Oh my god!
And it's just chewing, loud crunches with each break of the crystal here.
You seem rather hungry. You really mean to keep it?
I don't know, maybe.
Right, well,
I mean, it's kind of cute, and I know what it eats.
if you mean to keep it, better have enough food for it.
I've got a big crystal here, and there's loads of crystals everywhere. Also, maybe it's useful for them red crystals.
That thought had occurred to me, although...
So
it's-
that's settled then, we're keeping it. Right, well,
I'm
it
just
fell
kind
from
of
a great height.
My head.
To go, like, vertically, to go eat the crystal, Let's call it Vertigo.
All right.
What's his shit name?
Well, what you suggest?
That's fine. And I'm actually gonna start walking.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Kael starts shuffling on. What are you guys doing? The two dwarves. You're just kind of inspecting this, looking at it,
rubbing his. Yeah, Humphrey's rubbing his mouth, but
it's sore.
Also looking at it like it's still fucking from the moon and eats people and shit like that. So, just do you?
I'm not interested in it at all.
Oh, all right.
I just move. I just wait for them. I don't know what they're doing. I just let them do what they do. They're like my child, probably. Look at the shiny thing, Dad. Yeah.
Oh, shiny.
Yeah. Like looking at it, it's just shining a boot. Yeah, it's really great.
So Kael, you continue on. You're setting on down this kind of corridor here, this tunnel, crystal cave.
Yes, and I am not usually in front, so this probably feels a little weird for me. I usually have Taldro protecting me. I don't usually go ahead, so I probably wouldn't stray more than 12-ish feet ahead before I'd kind of pause and look back to make sure that they were joining.
Can you guys join up? Yeah? No one's staying behind or anything?
I'm probably really near where she is. Like, as soon as she starts moving, I'm probably just wandering as well.
Yeah, so you like turn around, he's already there. And you guys
close, I would keep going.
Okay. You continue on down the corridor then. It's kind of winding now tunnel of crystals. They're all these strange kind of icy, like I said, translucent color. And you can see the same kind of electrical little bolts or jolts going through them at the same time. They all seem to be in unison once every like 10 seconds. A little bit further into the cave, you do find a small, like secluded, I guess, runoff room. It is filled with crystals, and they do jut from every part of the room, but it seems secluded and maybe partitioned off from the rest of the cave. Might look like a decent resting spot and a place for some safety. You guys want to rest or no?
If it looks like a decent resting spot, you probably just see my butt sinking toward the ground. Say, is it possible? Would anyone else like a rest? Could we possibly rest? And then my head goes down to my hand.
Hey, we can rest here. I'll take a look around though.
Thank you. I'm going to kind of spread out a little bedroll and probably just curl up.
Weird not impatiently telling you no and then just picking you up and walking the rest of it.
Oh. It's weird having a campaign where it goes at a steady pace and not the rush.
I keep getting this like internal need to be like, keep fucking go. What the fuck are you resting for? I've got full HP. What are you talking about?
Go.
Full HP.
Speaking of which, while you're settling in here, we'll say it takes about 10 minutes to set up a bedroll and maybe get yourselves acquainted. 5 if you're rushing it. Is everybody setting it up? You said, Mammal, you're going to go look around. Are you going to set up a kind of cot or anything, or just walk off?
I want to do like a little perimeter sweep. I don't know where we are or what's going on. I just want to see if there's any, like, I don't know, anything here that's dangerous or if this is not a good place to settle. Because we might go to sleep and then it's like, oh, that thing you're resting your head on is the tail of a dragon. You know, that kind of a sweep. See what's going on. Just in the immediate vicinity.
Okay. If anybody else wants to as well, you can give me perception or investigation checks.
Yeah, I think to be fair, I kind of just...
You're passing out?
Yeah.
17.
I'll stick with Megan and everybody just to kind of watch their back, but I'm keeping an eye on Mammal as he walks away.
Okay. I think this is also, it's not this isn't like too large of a cave here. It's more like a room that you guys have entered. So no more than like 10 feet across. It's not too tall. There's not too many hidden areas inside of it that you could be taken by surprise. I think, Mammal, you inspect the surroundings here for a good solid 10 minutes while Kael is setting up and while Megan is attending to Vertigo. As you're looking around, you can see these crystals seem to like almost burst out of the ground. And near each of them, the ground and the walls and just the area gets a little hotter. So it's nice and toasty, and sometimes a little bit overbearing. But what can you do, Kael? While you're resting, if anyone's looking at Kael, give me a perception check. Kael, you've kind of felt this tug, this pull ever since you got to the Temple of Eldath. You felt that kind of southwestern pull, just as if you had given yourself to the breeze. It would just lift you up and push you along whatever wanted you to go. Mammal and Humphrey, as Kael is like resting and finally sets up her bed cot and begins to lay down, you see a piece of her skin fleck off, like as if it was pulled. Kael, you feel a pain in your cheek. You lose 1 hit point.
Ooh.
And you can see this small fleck just start to actually get picked up and floated by the wind. And down the corridor where you were heading.
You probably just hear, ouch.
Right?
And we saw it, did you say?
Yeah, you, Mammal, and Humphrey. And if you were looking, Megan, you can roll me a perception. But it's almost like you almost don't see it. It looks like a fly or like a glow bug or something kind of. Yeah, you see it too, Megan. Maybe right before it leaves the doorway, a little flicker of like white movement.
Humphrey's just trying to like swat at it, whatever the hell it was. Just
Yeah, and
like, whatever, some sort of.
Just see me touching the spot where it hurts.
Yeah,
A little blood.
Nothing. I just
Ashy.
something bit me, or I
It's
don't.
weird. Something like came off your face.
Some
was it
moisturizer.
Move your hand.
An insect?
Have a look.
And I kind of.
Yeah,
How
she
big
moves.
is the size?
There's about let's say like a thumb-sized piece of skin missing. It looks raw, like as if you had maybe like fallen and scraped your chin, or bumped it or something. It just looks like a clean, like you kind of brushed it against something sharp. And for her, there's
nasty.
a little bit of blood.
Oh, it looks bad. It is a bite.
Bleed in.
What?
Bleed in.
It's bleeding. And I wipe it away and kind of. Oh.
Yeah, it's just like a small singular trail of blood, almost like as much as a nosebleed.
Well, keep an eye out. Apparently, there are some vicious moths or something.
It looks really sore though, like.
It hurts a bit, I suppose.
You can feel that pull, Kael, it's getting stronger. It's like it's if it was at a 5, it's been dialed up to a 10. Whatever it is feels double. It feels like it's been amplified. Like if you just gave yourself to the wind, you would down that hallway as quick as dust.
Megan, do you feel anything out of the ordinary? In the
What?
air, or do you feel any sort of urgency? I realized the mistake as soon as that escaped my lips.
Urgent, like what we gotta do?
Like you're being called somewhere, or like you're being pulled.
Not really. This thing's kind of sticky on my hand, like, but I think it's the feet.
Right. Probably nothing.
Why, what's wrong?
Need a rest, I suppose.
Can you also stop bleeding?
Oh, right. I'll go ahead and patch
Just trying
that
to
up.
find a mirror. I don't actually have a mirror.
I do have a silver mirror.
You.
Yep. Do you mention a mirror out loud, or you? Because it didn't occur to me.
You should probably have a look at that.
All right. So I will. I'll take a look at it, and like you said, it's a little raw. That probably surprises me a bit because although I think it stung, I don't think I was expecting to like really be missing flesh.
Yeah.
So much as like a bite.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and dab at that, and I probably would just like put a little salve on it, but I don't think I would. I would full on heal or anything.
Okay.
And then I'll say, that is odd. Anyway, we should probably rest. I feel compelled to move on, but I am tired.
What do you reckon Vertigo would eat?
Oh,
Crystals.
well, doesn't he eat the crystals?
Or maybe other stuff too, like...
Oh,
You like eat open a door or something, or a bank vault.
what? Bank vault? Why would you eat a bank vault door?
Oh no, I was just thinking of something that's hard to get through.
Oh, right.
You know, like a bank
Those are-
vault.
Yes.
Or the walls of a bank.
The walls of a bank.
Or, you know, like iron bars.
Oh, right.
Like a
Well,
jail cell or something.
Suppose that's possible. He does eat crystal.
Hang on. I'm going to
After
grab a
all.
stone and I'm going to pull the crystal from its suckling mouth. I'm going to pull the teat from its mouth and see if it'll eat a stone.
A stone. Yeah. As soon as you pull it away, it starts to make that noise again, and then as you put the stone in,
Stop whinging, Vertigo. Come on.
it enters the mouth, and you can see it like moves it around in its mouth for a moment. Like there's previously when it's bitten the crystal, it just and chews and swallows. This it kind of like bounces it back and forth, and then you hear a crunch like maybe 2 seconds later, and the stone starts to turn to like dust inside of it.
Well, it ate that. Does it start whining when it's not eating again?
No, it chomps. I think if it actually, yeah, because you have a crystal nearby, so it would start whining again for the crystal that you pulled out of its mouth.
I will give it the crystal again.
And
Definitely prefers the crystals.
It does seem to. Have you offered it any water?
I haven't.
I don't know if it requires it. I only wonder.
I wonder if it would... Jay, what is the cheapest gem, ruby, crystal I have?
which one's okay? Let me look at your inventory.
I could tell you all the
Yeah.
gems I have.
Topaz. It would be something uncut. I think
an
you could-
uncut ruby.
Yeah, but it would be the Star Rose Quartz.
Okay.
I think that's yeah. I gave you that, right?
Well, Megan, I don't
He has
know
a
if it was
library
given.
of gems.
Not entirely sure it was given, but
Yeah, either the Star Rose Quartz or I think you know the zircon. Those are two pretty common gems.
Okay. I'll see if it wants to eat the quartz.
Okay. As you dangle it above, it's kind of this like weird star-ish shaped purple and white rock. And it makes kind of like a noise as you hold it above, but then again, as you put it in the mouth, it kind of like side, choose, and you can see this crystal slowly broken down again in its stomach. Some of the green, like, fluid going down into it.
That was like 400 quid. Bloody hell.
Did it like it?
No.
Oh. Well, perhaps stick to the crystal if he seems contented.
I'll give it the crystal, but at least we know that it'll eat, like, pretty much anything.
Fair enough.
Anything mineral, probably. I'm not putting my finger in it.
Kael does smile at that, and I lay my head back down.
Yeah. Oh. Anybody else want to do anything before you all start to settle down for a rest? Mammal, you're still looking around. Did you want to go further down? I've just kind of assumed you wanted to do a sweep of the room, but if you want to go further down, let me know.
If it looks relatively safe, then that'll do. I don't care that much.
Okay, yeah. What are you doing as you rest? You just sitting down? What are you guys all doing?
I'm taking off most of my clothes and like wringing them out in an attempt to dry them because I was in the drink.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Keep going. Okay.
Relaxing.
So Mammal gets naked. Humphrey, what are you doing? You doing anything? This is just before you guys are about to rest.
Just gets naked.
Mammal
Just gets naked, huh?
Starts to wring out his clothes.
Probably just goes ahead and plops down, tries to get it as comfy as possible, club by its side, and just curls into a corner and just kind of sits there quietly. Still kind of keeping a creepy eye open, though.
Yeah. And you guys are taking a long rest? Yeah? All right.
I think so.
So is anybody keeping watch just before I ask? You are?
Watch.
That's your creepy eye that you're keeping open? Yeah. Okay. Is anybody else watching throughout then? Do you guys work that out or just leave it to Humphrey?
If he wants to take shifts, I'll take a shift.
Yeah, I'll take a shift.
Not gonna stay awake all the time, are you? I'm free.
I think kind of just looking at his eye, it's kind of like looking around, just kind of like keeping an eye out. It's almost like he's like putting up, like he's used to pretending to sleep and not actually sleeping. Always keeping an eye out.
All right, well, I don't know, give me a shout in a couple hours or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay then.
Mm-hmm.
So why is he just naked lying on the floor? Is he not gonna get any sleeping stuff, or?
I just goes right to you, just.
He's just rolling in dust. Is that normal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Okay. Good. It's a bit indecent that I have a child now.
Eyeballs the little worm thingy and just his hand slowly hovers over the club. Still a nasty little move.
I named it. You can't kill it now. I named it. Also, it might be super useful. Watch this. And I like just get a rock and it just eats the rock. It like eat anything. Imagine if we had to get through a locked trapdoor of, say, a bank.
Why?
In case you want to get inside the bank. Or them big stone doors they have on the front of a bank. Could eat through that.
At that point, Humphrey just kind of crosses his arms and realizes where he's going with all of this intention. Just
think how useful it is.
get some rest.
Gay what?
Get some rest.
Eats and
sleep.
Eats and sleep. Yeah. Okay.
Takes a potato out, chucks it at his forehead. Just rest.
There's a potato that flies at you.
I'll try and catch it. Like I want to catch it like he catches potatoes.
Oh god! In your mouth?
No, he catches. keeps catching them normally with his hands.
All right. Give me. I'm pretty sure at one point he caught one with his mouth.
Oh, did he?
I think he did. Yeah, I think at one point he did. But you're
was up in
holding
the
a
temple.
child.
That's not his MO though. That's just his party trick now and again.
Yeah. Give me a dexterity check with disadvantage, real quick. Baby on board.
Baby on board.
A 10. Yeah, you don't catch it as smoothly as he does. You kind of get it a little farther from your face before it hits the wall, but you lean back and get it. Vertigo kind of grabs onto your face. It is holding and clinging onto your jacket as you lean back, and it's like dangling. And then as you rest, it's fine.
Okay.
You have a potato.
Got a potato and a child. Giant crystal. Okay, this is okay.
Then you all start to drift off. Humphrey, are you waking up Megan after a couple of hours? I think the
yeah, I think somewhere around the halfway marker, just kind of nudges him and just kind of like head bobs, doesn't really say anything, just sleepy eyed, just.
So you get kicked awake, Megan. Your shift begins.
All right.
You just
Where'd it go? Is Vertigo there?
Yeah, as you like roll over, it's unlatched itself from you and is eating a crystal like 3 feet away.
Okay.
After 2 hours here, it's made like a pretty sizable dent inside of this, but you can see it kind of happily buried inside of this crystal, eating up. Every time one of the electric like jolts go through, it passes over it kind of unfazed, and it just continues to chew. So you wake up for your watch. You're going back to bed, Humphrey. Okay. As your watch passes here, roll me a perception check real quick, Megan. Just imagine you're looking around the room. 17. Again, you see a small little flit and escape out of the corridor. Small little.
Fuck was that? Looks
like a pale piece.
Does it look like what I saw before?
Give me another perception check. They're quite small. 23. 23. Yeah, Kael's skin just and breezed off with a wind, same direction. As soon as it hits kind of that doorway, right, the doorway to the room, and goes out into this corridor where you had traveled into, it goes left immediately down the path where you are traveling towards.
Like it changes direction, obviously.
Yeah, like it floats out of the room and kind of lifts up, heads over, and then
I'm gonna go over to Kael's bedroll.
Yeah. Like like right up. With a 23, you can see 2 more patches on her face. Or sorry, 3 more patches on her face. Small little, like one on the neck, one behind the ear,
like
another one on the opposite side.
Evil leprosy.
There's a good leprosy?
An evil one. Leprosy doesn't usually have an alignment. This one does.
I think that's.
Thank you for that clarification. It's not naturally evil.
I don't
just
just say things, you know.
I don't just say things.
At another point throughout here, or whatever you're doing during this watch, at the second hour, right as it's time to wake up Kael or Mammal, you see another and a new wound. Little bits of blood dripping down and underneath Kael onto the ground.
Oh, well, first, I'm going to check on Vertigo.
It's good.
Yeah, okay.
That crystal is fully eaten and is slowly making his way to one up the wall. Just very, very slowly, just ever so slightly up the wall.
Okay, I'm going to run over and move him closer to the crystal and then come back.
As soon as you pull it off, and then put it back on, and it just loudly chewing.
Hungry.
But that would be the end of your watch. The only peculiar things are kael is melting.
I'm gonna go wake up Mammal for his watch, but then after I've kicked Mammal, it's your watch back.
Hey, all right.
And then I'm gonna go over and I'm not gonna kick kael awake.
Yeah.
Because I think she might be melting in front of me. But I'm gonna like just sort of like stir her and see if she's okay, because her face is bleeding a lot and half of it is running down the corridor. That's a little odd.
Yeah. So I think you get like rudely awakened, kael, and as you wake up, you can feel like kind of a sore throbbing, like it's gotten a little worse since you woke up, or since you went to sleep.
Okay, and yeah, they probably sting a little bit where the skin
yeah.
is.
Kael, you right?
Oh, is everything all right?
Kind of. Her face keeps escaping down the corridor.
Escape? My face is there. There's more.
Is it it?
A little.
That's weird.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Down the corridor.
That way. That point. It even like changed directions.
Well, always that way.
That was the same way the last one went, right?
Yep. They've all gone pretty much the same pattern, same direction. They kind of float lazily up a couple feet and then fly directly to the corridor and then do like a weird, curved left turn and just disappear.
Yeah, pretty much exactly.
That's the way I feel. I feel I'm being pulled. I'm literally
parts of you are being pulled there.
Being pulled.
I thought you meant like metaphoric.
Oh, well,
I thought you meant like in
metaphorically, but now.
That's what I said. I said metaphorically. That's what I said.
I heard it. This is.
Do you want to go that way? Do you want to go that way?
Well, I feel compelled. It is hard to explain. I don't necessarily want to go that way, but I do feel pulled that way, if that makes any sense at all.
When we were coming down this way, was it like did it want you to go that way more? I don't know what I'm saying.
I understand. Always I have felt the pull in that same direction. Whenever we are headed toward it, I don't really feel it.
Maybe we should go that way? Because your face is kind of
is gonna go there anyway.
It's a nice face. I like it. Perhaps if it was in one piece.
That would be preferable. I agree. All
Megan,
right,
is Megan kneeling down next to you?
Yeah,
Probably are, huh?
I walk over in my dwarven stature, completely naked, and stand next to probably around where your head is.
This would not faze me at all.
I am Amo.
Going on? You're whispering over here about something. What's going on?
You want to put some pants on or something?
Hey, I will.
Okay. Go on then.
No.
Well, I mean...
I don't have to try now.
Your little mammal's right by my face, but...
Hey.
A little awkward.
You don't need to touch it.
I'm not... Well, stop pushing it in my face!
Well, you don't need to be threatened by it neither. It's all...
I'm not threatened by
perfectly
your
natural.
mammal. You got a what? You got another one?
It's perfectly natural to just...
What,
What's
do I
wrong?
have two of them?
Listen, you might be from the big city where everyone's got the fancy clothes, right? Okay, but nothing wrong with letting my clothes dry. Don't be squelching around in my wife fronts, they're all wet.
You don't have any spare clothes?
Have a look if I have. I don't think so. I don't know why I would. Oh, I do.
Maybe you could wash one and wear the other.
I've got lots of clothes. You're right. I've got 3 fucking sets of clothes apparently in my...
What?
Yeah. I open up my because I got like sacks. Like,
Trout just left it as is.
I carry
Forum.
I carry like a sack, right, with stuff in. I open it up and I start pulling out clothes. Like there's workers' clothes and lumberjacks' clothes. Oh wait, no. Lumberjacks pack. No, I got two. It's a lumberjacks pack that I've got, not clothes. Sorry, it was off the screen. Yeah, I pull out my. Hey, these are for chopping down wood. So like that. Look at that. They're like all fucking torn and old and beaten and busted up.
You don't have to. I mean, while you're washing, you're nice, for want of a better word, clothes.
What?
When you're washing, you're Sunday best. Maybe just,
What?
don't have your penis next to my face.
Alright.
Is that all right?
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Where the door? Go and.
Also, I have a child now, perhaps.
What? You? What do you mean you got a child now?
Right there, Vertigo.
That's not a child, that's a creature.
Listen, right?
That's a pet.
You know, imagine, right, that you're trying to get through the back wall of a bank. Imagine that. Be hard, wouldn't it?
I've
Vertigo.
never seen one. I don't know what you're.
You're a dwarf and you've never seen a bank.
No.
Literally every bank is owned by a dwarf.
I'm not. I know. I heard the tales. I know what one is. Okay, you don't need to belittle me. I just never seen one, so I'm trying to imagine something I never seen.
Alright, imagine like really thick walls.
Thick
and inside
walls?
them thick wall. Thick. Like thick.
Aye.
Right? And then inside that's, where you'd keep, I know, a lot of money, or some jewelry, or the deeds to a house.
Aye.
Gems. Or them coins that they're not really coins, but they got like gems in them, and like you collect them, and they cost like, about 1,000 gold each, and about 1,000 gold each. But yeah, like that.
What about it?
Well, imagine you needed to get into one.
I point at Humphrey.
Save an orphan.
Oh yeah, I send him. That's what I do to him.
What if they were made of that crystal though? He couldn't break that. Well, he did kind of break it.
He probably could. He wasn't even angry. I reckon you could bite it if he was angry. He'd be able to do it.
He could bite it if he was angry.
Aye.
I bet you 4 gold that he couldn't bite it through one of them.
Alright, but you gotta push him off. I'm not doing.
I already pissed him off.
Hey, I'm not doing it. You gotta make him angry.
I don't want to make him angry.
I'm not doing it. I'm not taking your bait then.
$10 gold.
What's Robin Dwarven Bank got to do with the fact that there creature
No, not
is
to
your
rob
son?
it. It's just an example.
Why does that make your pet your son?
Right, well imagine if you were a queen, you probably got thick walls like a bank.
Aye.
And you think you're safe because you're behind the walls. But there might be some doors and you can put traps in there and you think, oh, I'm safe. And then I come along through the door, boom, inside. Hello, what's up? Let's fucking dance, bitch.
Why does that make that thing your son?
Not like my actual son. Not like a real son. Or as good as.
It's a pet.
But it's like a baby.
No, it's not.
But it is.
No, I've had a baby.
You've had a baby?
Well, I didn't give birth to the baby, no,
Oh, okay.
but I've seen one. I held one. I looked at it for a long time. That doesn't look like that.
Well, they all look different. Yours was a dwarf baby.
Oh, what's that?
I don't know. Like some kind of hippo baby.
That's still a pet.
Well, no, I've adopted it now.
Still a pet.
No, it's adopted. That
No,
means
it's
it's
not.
my child. Can you just say it's an orphan in front of Kael?
Eve
I
stole
don't
feel
something.
better, I think.
Wow.
want to interrupt, but
Oh, yeah.
I think we should get going.
Why don't you let me go? Take a look.
Look at what?
What's in that place? You were talking about what's falling off your face going down there. You was thinking
you heard
about
that,
what
did
you was
you?
going to do. I heard it all. I was just being courteous when I come over and say, what are you whispering about? But I can hear everything because you're like you're like this far away.
Oh,
And we're the only ones here in a cave. So why don't you let me go and have a little look?
all right.
I start putting on my my armor and then I put on. Is my clothes dry after 3 hours or whatever?
Yeah, we'll say they're dry. You wring them out, and
I'm not wearing
really
nice shit. I
down
point at my lumberjack's clothes like I'm just not wearing it, and I pick up what might be an identical set of clothing. These are nice. These are.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty hot down here. Again, it's not hot enough that it's hard enough to breathe, but it's hot enough that like when you stand up, the top of the corridors, your like forehead gets really sweaty and
nasty humid, or is it just kind of like a residual heat?
It's like a residual heat that is like it's bordering on oppressive, but it's not. So it's just hard to breathe. It's hard to exert yourself, but it's not like so hot that you can't walk through it or can't breathe. You know, just a little hard. Like standing in the shower for 8 hours continuously.
Humphrey's
But I would.
just comfy, like like this is just a forge for him. Comfy.
So you start to walk down this hallway here, Mammal.
Should I go? You want me to come with you? You're going to be alright?
No. I'll be fine.
Are you going to be alright? No. I'll be fine. Okay. No, I don't get dwarfs. He had his penis out the whole time he was talking to me.
I think he can still hear you.
I
And
can
what
still
does it
hear you.
matter?
I was saying no. Do you want to come with me? No. Right, I was answering your question.
But
Alright, city boy.
well, the last question I asked was, will you be alright? Usually you answer that one first.
Yeah, I did. I said
You
I'll be
didn't. You said-
fine.
No.
Yeah, I said no. You said. Will you be?
I said, will you be alright?
You said. You said.
the
Well,
last thing
so I
I
come
said.
with yous. I said no. You said will you be alright? I said I'll be fine.
No.
That's a perfectly
said-
normal conversation between two people. Okay, you don't need to bring race into it. Alright.
I never
That's
brought-
perfectly normal
Wait, dwarves is a
conversation.
different race?
Alright.
I thought they were just from a different place.
Okay. I woke off.
So you
I'm
walk
smiling. Like I look angry to him and I turn around and I'm smiling.
Fucking won that one.
So as you're progressing down these hallways here, think maybe you can hear Kael and Megan still talking for a minute, and then it finally dies off, and you're left with just the sounds of a light wind kind of whooshing down the corridor here, and the jolts from these crystals. They give off that kind of like signature of electricity kind of going through them.
I'm being very cautious and very careful. Ideally, I just want to see what is down here and not engage it at all.
If you want to give me a stealth check, go ahead. Thank goodness.
Bam.
10. Man, this isn't Numenera, thank God. In Numenera, you get a fucking deficiency even for wearing leather armor. Like, fuck.
I know what it's like to have a deficiency, Jay. Okay, you don't need to rub it in.
You start to creep down the corridor. A little bit further down this corridor, you can hear maybe a louder whooshing of wind. Think, how much time have you spent in the mountains, would you say, like above them?
Probably not much.
Okay. So you just hear this kind of whooshing of wind. You go up to a left and right path, and in front of you, a little bit further out. You've got like what, 60 feet of dark vision? Let me actually adjust that.
Almost. Certainly.
Almost. In front of you, you can see a long, translucent, like icy crystal that spans the gap of this kind of huge crevasse. You can just hear the wind whipping underneath it. And your kind of vision just goes out to this crystal and then blackness. To your side you're on kind of a cliff shelf if you go it any further, but just from where you are, you're in this small little like doorway that leads down into a room. I think you can tell there's a pretty clear bridge here. Just without entering the room, you can tell there's a pretty clear bridge. What are you doing?
I don't hear anyone or anything moving around in here.
No.
And when you say I'm on a shelf, like as in I need to drop down to continue forward?
No. Just I think this what you see here on this map is a part of a cliff shelf.
Like here's the shelf, like it goes down here.
Yeah, it starts to open up here as you go a little further out. But just standing here from the doorway, you can see the shelf. Yeah, and some of these crystals that are jutting out. Some of them are long, like taller than Kael, taller than any person you might have ever seen. And then there is a much longer and much thicker one that just stretches out directly across this large opening.
I mean, I'd creep forward and see if I can get a better view.
Yeah.
What is being housed in here?
You can move your token about if you want. Left path, right path.
So this looks like a bridge, or it's just a... Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think you can tell it's a bridge. There seems to be like a kind of precarious jump over to a lower crystal. Like these two pillars are running maybe over top of each other, and if you jumped down, you could get across. As you look right and left, you see these large crystals growing off of little bits of the kind of abyss here. And as you look down, it's just pure darkness. You can almost see the other side of this canyon here, but not quite.
And there's nothing down here?
Nothing that you can see. No.
All right, I'll take a look up the other alleyway a little.
Okay. Yeah, it just brings you out to a kind of further shelf away. It kind of gives you a better view of this bridge. You're going up an incline at this point, and as you go up, you're sitting atop a not much higher, but a higher elevated shelf here, just looking across this valley in this canyon here.
I shall head back.
Okay. It takes just a bit. I'll have to get a cave thing. It takes just a bit to get back, I think, until are you two still talking? Kael, have you gone back to sleep? What are you guys doing?
It depends. How long into our rest was that?
This was second shift, so you guys are just about 4 hours. We're about halfway through. You can still tell that your body needs, I think, some sleep, and you can still feel the need for it.
Yeah, if I'm still feeling tired, I probably would, we probably would have chatted for a bit and then I would drift back off.
Okay, yeah. So, you come back into the room. Mammal to everybody sleeping? Megan, you sleeping too?
Probably not.
No?
Actually.
All right. So you see
that's kind of stressful about
Megan awake.
I'll stroll over and just say, I don't know if there's anything down there, like, can't see what's knocking bits of her skin.
I'm sure I'll wake up when there's...
Yeah, it's quite quiet. Probably reverberate around.
Sure. Oh, what did you see?
It's, well, it's not a dead end, but there's like a gap, and we're gonna have to jump, I think, to get to the other side. Or can you do like wibbly wobbly flying stuff?
Oh, no.
With your wee magics. Can you turn yourself into like a gaseous form and drift over a whole thing?
No.
Thus bypassing us having to jump or work anything out.
I cannot.
Or think.
Wait, there's like a chasm or something?
Aye.
How big?
Pretty big. Deep. You can get to the other side, but you're gonna have to jump over a wee thing. I'll be fine, but I don't know if you are good at jumping and that.
Jump over?
Not especially, I suppose.
It's like a crystal. Sticks out like that, and then another one underneath it sticks out like that, so we'll probably have to jump down, walk along, but it's not gonna be easy, it's gonna be a bit dangerous.
It's like a crystal bridge?
No, I wouldn't go that far, but that'll do, eh?
But the question is, if we jump across and go down, how would we come back up?
What are we coming back for? We're trying to get out now.
Well, that's true enough. All right. Well, if bits of me are going that way anyway, it seems my hand is forced.
Aye. I mean, you can rest. It's only giving you a little wee itch on the skin, no?
Little painful.
Yeah, you look like shite, but
manageable.
fine.
Right. You just see me sort of tuck back up with my hands under my head as a pillow.
Oh, Amel.
Aye.
That's not normal, right? Pieces of your face just floated down the road.
Well, of course it's not
That's
normal.
really weird.
We're asleep and I'm whispering quite a lot. You what? Just went to sleep.
You're in the cave of no whispering. We established that. We can all hear whatever anyone says, no matter where you are.
I'm just worried about you, alright? It's not normal.
I am as well.
Look, I think she's gonna be fine. It's not like it's like nicking bites of her lungs.
What? Oh my god, what happens if it takes bits of your lungs?
It's not.
That's gonna fuck you up, but you got two, so that's probably bad. What you don't want it to do is take bites of your spine.
How am I possibly going
That's
to
gonna wreck you.
What happens when all the skin off your face is gone?
He's gonna take the skin from her shoulders and her neck.
Yeah, but what about when there's no skin left?
Well, then she's fucked.
We
All her
need
insides
to
will be on the
rest.
ground. I bet. Should be done. Cooked. It's the end of your journey, Queen.
Kael, can you like heal yourself? Does it heal you?
Well, I can, but what I would really like to do is sleep. But then you just see the teal energy come up. I think I'm probably trying to get them off my back at this point.
Okay.
So I will.
They're like making you feel weird in other place, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do
Because it's weird.
Cure Wounds level 1 on myself.
Okay.
9.
Okay, so you can feel that stinging immediately dull to a kind of numb soreness that eventually goes away. You heal 9 back.
You
Those
can heal
patches.
yourself, and you're worried about what's gonna happen.
Well, I was trying to sleep, actually, and you were worried about my spine, and Megan here was worried about my lungs, and, well, I don't mean to complain, but I've just lost my very best friend and found out that my mother might be alive, but wants me dead, and
And the Queen.
Ellery,
And the Witch.
and right, those things, and now if you don't mind, I would like to try to sleep a little.
You should
Do you
go back to
understand?
sleep. You'll be fine. I didn't know you could heal yourself. I'm sitting here thinking she's done. She's done. That stuff's gonna start whipping off left, right, and centre before her eyes are going. She's about to be blind. That'll be it. And her tongue. She won't be able to speak. That'll be it. Takes her little pointy ears going. And she comes out and says, "Oh, look at this. Look." She can heal.
Alright, calm down.
Didn't know that. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You can live forever, right? What's that?
I don't think it works like that.
That's close though. It's gotta help. How old is she? 12?
Wait, I know
I
how old you
probably,
are,
to be
don't I?
fair, I probably look about 12.
This
this
whole
come up
time I've
before?
believed you to be fucking young as shit. Like, I don't think...
Buff,
Yeah.
12-year-old man.
I'm 27, but I'm a half elf, so the human part will have aged somewhat normally, but the elven part will not have, so I probably look 12.
She's like 30 or something.
Alright. I can't tell that much. quite hard to tell sometimes. Alright, well, you get to sleep then, wee lass. Okay, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Go to sleep, yeah.
You'll be fine.
Gonna go get my child.
He's still happily eating. He's moved on a little bit over to another one, just a tiny bit.
I'm gonna grab him, take him
Okay.
to like a big crystal,
Yeah.
and make him eat the bottom of it, and then drag the giant, like a large crystal over to where we're sleeping, so he can chew there.
They grow like right out of the ground, like they're held into the ground. So it'd probably be.
Yeah, so
Really?
like right at the base.
Yeah. Okay.
If
Oh,
it's
are you
like-
gonna drag your stuff over to the crystal?
No. I'm gonna take him
Okay.
to the bottom, to a crystal that's like
Yeah.
sticking out of the ground like a big one.
Yeah.
And then kind of direct his
So
Like-
that it like
He's using
timbers.
it.
like an
And then
arc
Using him as a
welder.
fucking blowtorch.
Yeah.
It's a fucking blowtorch that he's just kind of like
Okay.
sliding right through
Give
the
me-
crystal.
An animal
I
handling
mean,
check
if
for
this works, then those banks are history, son.
Give me an animal handling check.
Do I get advantage because I'm taking him to food?
Okay, I'll give you advantage, even though that's a 4.
I hate this game so fucking much.
Lucky that you got advantage. Yeah, this it's a at first it is terrible, but eventually you get into a rhythm, and you get a second wind maybe, and I mean it moves a lot. It's like trying to hold a fucking dog that's trying to get out. I don't know, in your hands, but it's eating something at the same time. So you're holding it and it's shaking like a fucking larva jackhammer, and you timber this crystal, and there's a as it lands on the floor, and you roll it over to your cot. It slowly starts to move after you, like as it doesn't go fast.
Come on, Vertigo.
Move it. And I figure the rest of you try and get a night's sleep after that. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, I'm trying.
Kael, as you wake up, yet again you feel sore. The morning comes, and you all start to kind of feel the heat again. You all get a long rest, all your spells, everything except for your level 1 heal, Kael, that you used. And Kael, you're missing 4 hit points as you wake up.
Oof, oof, oof.
At some point during the night, small pieces of you can feel a stinging on your arms this time, and another one on your neck. At some point, again, you've been taken from. You can still feel that pull strongly. I think that's a good spot for us to take our break. As you all wake up rested, and we'll figure out what kind of death and destruction you wreak upon the universe in just a couple minutes. Okay? God damn it.
That
Thank
one
you.
doesn't sound like a toilet.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to go join our Discord. Come hang out with us. Subscribe over on YouTube. Yell at Brad angrily on Twitter for that sound clip. And oh God.
That's a good
We'll be
joke,
back
dude.
in a couple. We'll be back in a couple. Make
I'm
sure to
hoping
scroll
it will
down.
stop you all from bullying me every episode of everything I do.
Yeah, that's gonna help. That's definitely gonna help.
You know
Before
what
we
would
go,
help is
go
if I didn't
downstairs.
bully everyone first.
Yes, go downstairs in the info section and bully Brad. All right, figure out how you can best bully Brad. Okay, we'll be right back. What the fuck? It's. Fucking PB is gonna kill you. I saw her in the chat earlier too. She was like, "Rip the podcast. We're all fucked." She lives close to me still, dude. She can still hurt me. Don't do that yet. All right, wait till I move to Europe.
She can still hurt me.
She can get here in an hour. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you, everyone on the break, for your patience. If you're on YouTube, just thanks for watching. We'll start the session right as you guys wake up. So you're waking up again in this kind of like crystal-filled room. I've just got this placeholder image. There's no water in here for you guys, but this kind of crystal-filled room, this small little cave off of crystal corridor, these caverns that you've been following. Kael, you wake up like sore. There's a couple, I think you can feel maybe the wetness of some blood, or the, actually, I guess it would be dry. So you can like feel that crackling on your skin as you get up. And you notice you're hurt. You mark off 4 health.
Sure. So I'm gonna sit up and look around. Is anybody else awake?
Assume I'm awake. If I did the last.
Humphrey's probably just browsing up.
No, I'm well asleep.
Okay.
You know how hard it is to be a parent?
if no one is like, if these guys aren't talking to each other or anything like that, you'll see me meditating. I'll just be meditating.
Okay. Are you doing anything while you, are you trying to commune here, or are you just meditating to set your spells for the day?
So setting spells first, and then I always try to commune with Eldath.
Okay. What do you say? Just out of curiosity.
On this particular morning, it's probably to let her know that I'm still feeling determined, but very confused. Please watch over Taldro. Please, because this hasn't been very long. He's still, a body floating in the river.
Yeah.
Please watch over his spirit, and please guide us to where we need to go to destroy this rot.
Okay. I think you feel maybe like a warm sensation from your amulet as you have the past however many mornings since you've had it.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like an acknowledgement. She doesn't speak back, but I think you can feel acknowledged.
A response. Yeah.
What are the rest of you doing while she's sitting there communing? I imagine this takes like 10 minutes. So are you guys doing anything? You're still sleeping, Megan, I'm assuming. What are the two dwarves doing here while you set up for the day?
Stretching and digging in his pockets and bag, and just to see what other, what possible breakfast he can kind of come up with. Or
okay.
Probably thinking about breakfast as well. Probably spent some time on my watch dealing with my longbow, checking it was all good, restring it maybe, and then also food, please. I say to Humphrey, food.
All right. And
he's a chef, isn't he?
No, that's the best part.
Neither am I. Like
he's got the. We gave
this. How
many potatoes? Like the entire sack, or like how much did we drop off at the temple?
Oh, we brought our own potatoes.
Okay.
We have some for the journey there and back.
I thought we had 2 bags. We were gonna.
Yeah, you guys had 2 bags.
Okay. So, what Humphrey's gonna do? Take one of the potatoes. Gonna just cut it open, just plain and simple, almost like with the blade of the great axe he's got.
Yeah.
2 separate pieces. Looks at them. Looks at one of the crystals, and just kind of puts them on the crystal. Almost like they're just gonna go ahead and like cook a bit. Just he's gonna see how well they can actually, like, how if they warm up, if they soften up, if they are able to get a little char on them or something like that.
I think you see them start to sweat as one of the bolts goes through and hits the tip. You've cut them in half, so yeah, you see them start to sweat a little bit, indicating that they're cooking a bit.
Like every so often, he'll probably like rotate them, just go like 90 degrees, just to make sure that they don't just.
So Humphrey is microwaving these potatoes. I think by the time Kael is done communing, there is a strange smell emanating throughout the room here. I don't quite know how to describe it. I'm gonna rate it. If it was a 1 to a 10, it'd maybe be like a 5, 10 being the worst smell in a while. It smells edible, but also bad, like battable. Give me a survival check, Humphrey, for how well these cook.
I want to say the word battable so bad again. Survival. That's a 6.
So they're still a little raw, but they've got like a little bit of crunch on the outsides, Humphrey, if you try them. But they're mushy enough for you to chew them.
Humphrey's got no issue to like just go ahead and like pop one in his mouth. Like if it's edible, if it has a unique taste to it.
It's food.
What did you have for breakfast? Half a microwaved potato.
Oh, sorry, Pete. Someone's never been poor before. Jesus.
You can't afford potatoes when you're poor. What the fuck?
That's
Actual
the only thing
vegetables?
you can afford.
That's.
Ramen is 7 pence a packet.
Okay, fine.
But can you afford to have the water on? Can you?
Right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, you can't afford it.
Over here, they can't legally turn your water off even if you don't pay the bill.
Really?
Yeah, you live in a nice country, huh?
What do you mean, like what? That's good.
No, yeah, as in like that's great. As in,
Socialism.
why the fuck is this thing even an issue here?
Guys of socialism? What?
Okay. Anyway,
I don't know what
starts
that
cutting
means.
up. Yeah, I was seeing the success in his potato. He takes it like 3-4 more, slices them all up, and starts scattering them all over these crystals, just slowly but surely, like almost like multitasking, making sure one doesn't stick too long and just keeps
They don't turn out the greatest, but I'd say after like maybe just under half an hour here of mucking about, Humphrey's got some breakfast for whoever is brave enough.
Are they wet potatoes?
Holy wheat
Broken
potatoes.
potatoes.
So I figure you guys eat these your rations up and get ready to go further into the caves. You guys think it would take like an hour? Say an hour to get going?
How is
Depending
Vertigo
on
doing
this.
with that giant crystal they got for him?
The big one, I think he got through it in the night and has moved over to another one. You can see like there's like small little crumbly bits where you've left it. It is gone. And Vertigo is at the wall again. So at some point through the night, it finished it and made it over to the wall and started eating another one.
We tell if it's produced anything or if it's grown in size.
Give me an investigation check
With pleasure.
if you would like to.
Sizzling up
Anybody
some
can.
potatoes and then just looking at this fucking thing, just devouring my grill. 3.
I think you almost step on it too.
Oh, if it gets in my way, I'm punting it.
It doesn't. It can barely move. But I think there's a moment where you go to put something on top of a crystal, like a couple feet up, and as you look down, your foot's like dangerously close. I don't think either of you can tell if it's grown. Megan, it just looks really cute. A lot happier than it was when you first grabbed it. It just looks so happy.
Because I'm its father now.
Yeah, it's reunited. But no like feces so far, no size change as far as you can tell.
Poop
I'm gonna
school, I would
do-
be interested.
I'm gonna do the other trick and get some crystal, put some in the god bag, make sure he's got like a little travel snack.
Yeah. And enough of the bits and the crumbs that he left off of the big one are good enough. You get like a small little like coin pouch worth of small little rocks, crystal rocks. I figure it takes about an hour for all of you to start going and getting about. Kael, you lose 1 HP.
Ouch. Where is it coming off?
I think maybe off of like your neck, like right in the
Okay.
middle. You just feel a sting, maybe instinctively. Roll me a perception check, all of you, including Kael. You're awake.
Okay.
5.
A 5, a 19, a natural 25.
Jesus.
I just misclicked nature. One moment, please. 10.
And a 10. Everybody but Humphrey, you all see this kind of fly off of Kael's neck and down the hallway. And Kael, you see it for the first time. It's like one of those, I think like you feel it. And as you
Yeah, I've
go
always
to-
felt it, but I didn't
Yeah, maybe you like grab, just instinctively, you can see it like flit through your hands and maybe your vision follows it as it goes down the hallway. What are you guys doing?
Can I just state for the record that Droogie Drew said earlier on that this episode, and I have decided this episode will be called The Mysterious Case of the Escaping Face. I just want to say that. I just want to say that on the record so that it happens
As it should be.
and becomes canonically. And then I say, the mysterious case of the escaping face. Mm-hmm.
That means it's not clickbait.
What are you all doing? I think you stand like right here, kind of in the doorway, as this happens, and you see it go down the hallway where maybe you intend to go. It's the only way out. What are you guys doing?
We're gonna have to follow this face stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Very odd.
It is strange. It's strange that it's happening to just you. Which means it's like... What is it, like a jealous ghost?
I don't think I've made anyone very jealous.
Ghosts aren't real.
Like a misogynist ghost?
I don't know what? What's the... I don't know what
It's
that
like
is.
it's not taking bites of our face, it's taking bites of her face. Why? Why isn't it taking a bit of your face?
Oh, right. Well, if it's taking woman's face, maybe it's...
Jealous ghost?
Might not be jealous. Maybe it just...
Misogynist ghost?
It's not a ghosts aren't real, all right? It was just my mate Rick. He had a sheet on his head. He
Ghosts
scared
are
people out of
real.
the...
Oh, yeah, I
Have
think
you
ghosts
never
are
seen
real.
one?
No, they're not.
Really? Not once? In your whole life?
No. Because they don't
Not very
exist.
real.
Nah. Where's the proof?
Didn't you
I
fight a
told you.
ghost 2 weeks ago in a
In a
fucking
monastery.
in
Yeah.
a monastery with the
No,
rest
that
of
was-
us?
That was an undead.
That was a
not a
fucking
ghost.
bandit. It was a ghost. It was a big floating spooky fucking ghost knocking about like something out of Ghostbusters.
That was a boss fight. It's different.
God, that if Taldro was here,
Also...
bring him back. Bring him back for
Cash,
this.
here, hey, Cash, you see this? Cash's new favorite weapon.
Megan has spoken to literal gods and still doesn't believe the gods are actually a thing.
I'll allow it.
He's also
Oh,
looking
thank
at
you,
a,
Brad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's also
Oh,
looking at a little
not allowed
bug
to
creature
everyone.
as a
Megan's a fucking
sun, so-
flat earther.
Yep. Flat fucking earther. There it is.
Chemtrails, but
While you're having this conversation, Megan, suddenly you hear inside your head, Megan, it's me, Elorir. This will only work one way. I'm going to give you the message, and then you will give me the message back.
What's happening
Understand,
to him?
Megan?
Where's his face?
I've continued down and
Contorting
found a
like
way
that?
out.
It looks
I am
like he's had a
slowly
lemon.
heading towards
Hey,
the
you alright
forest.
there, lad? I grab his face. You alright there, lad?
Megan, tell me of your
What's the
movement.
matter with you?
we're going to the face is escaping.
Wait,
We're gonna go
who
follow
are you
it.
talking
I'm
to?
possessed by the ghost.
Ah!
Hit him, Humphrey, quick. Knock the ghost out of him.
You ever licked a
He
9
takes one of the
volt
potatoes and
battery?
shoves it in his mouth. Just
I can do it.
Yep.
Make him swallow it whole.
Can I still talk in my head? Just,
he's not the same
Yes,
hungry.
you can still talk in your head. Yes.
I'll tell him like the Kael's face is disappearing down this direction. We're gonna go
Pull down his pants
this
and smack
direction
him on the bum.
after the face. I pull the potato mouth. I'm having a conversation. Shut up.
Me and Humphrey are trying to wrestle down your pants and smack you on the bum.
And
Humphrey takes out his axe and just
Feel
like pancakes
the
it.
feeling pulled by their hands, maybe their attention, they grab your attention, and as you go back to your head, gone. The feeling of that spaciness, that ability to send a message, gone.
Right, I'm holding him now. I got him bent over my knee. Smack him on the bum.
Stop
Takes
it!
out his axe and like just the flat side and just fucking wakes his ass up then.
There's a
And I hold the perfect note of.
so
Look at his
last
face.
week when you went
No. Just
sorry.
No!
That worked. It worked, but
It's-
he's no longer got a ghost in him.
Oh, there wasn't a ghost. It was what's his face
Hey.
from the monastery talking to me in my head with that
was-
message.
We know all sorts, do we? Humphrey, all the old wives' tales are right. Some of them, you know.
hush
If you're
up. If it was
possessed by a
Ellery,
ghost,
We
smack
need
him
to
on
pay
the bum.
attention.
Big smack on the bum. What? The fuck's Ellery?
Pull my trousers up.
Big
pull
old
your trousers
satisfying
up.
smile on Humphrey's face as he eats one of the shitty potatoes.
Bloody works.
What did he say?
He said he's going to the forest, and he asked where we were going.
He's going to the Western Fade. Did you tell him?
No, because somebody was slapping me on my ass and sticking like potatoes in my mouth.
Aye, it
All
worked.
right.
It didn't work. I was trying to have a
Mammal?
conversation.
100%. Was 100%. You'd have had a ghost in you. Oh, no,
it
you
wasn't
don't.
a ghost.
Humphrey, smack the ghost out of you.
Listen,
It was
Elria
Iridia.
said he would contact us this way. I know it's odd, but it was him. And when he calls, we must listen.
Right. All right. It wasn't a ghost.
It was
No,
not.
it wasn't a ghost.
Oh, I thought it was a ghost.
Can
Not at
feel
all.
The feeling again, Megan. Hello, Megan. What do you mean Kael's face is escaping? I'm using another of my spells today to speak to you. I will not be sending a second one. What do you mean, and where are you? What is Kael's face escaping to?
Well, we're in the caves.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not talking to you.
Who are you talking to?
He's talking
I'm talking to
Elria.
you. Shut up.
He's possessed. I pull his pants down.
I'm not having that.
Your
I'm
pants-
dodging that. I'm backflipping. He's going for me. I'm gonna backflip over him. And on his fucking shoulders and slap him on the bonce. Would you like a roll?
Give me
Acrobatics? Yes, I will give you an
Sure.
acrobatics, Jace.
Give
Okay.
me an acrobatics check, I think.
12. Fuck my dick.
What have I got to beat?
Nothing.
And I get him.
He somersaults himself backwards. He like does a flip and then land. You land flat on your stomach. All the air comes out of your lungs.
Oh, I whip
The
his trousers down.
connection
Start
with
smacking him on the
Elria.
bum.
Connection
Whip.
with Elria is gone as soon as you feel a
Quick slap on each cheek.
the connection gone again.
You okay now?
If you touch me again, I'm gonna carve you up.
I know it's unpleasant, but it's the only way to do it.
It's not. I'm getting a message from
Yeah,
the
you're
bloke
alright.
who said he was gonna send a message.
Can you still hear voices in your head?
No, I was
Right, we
trying
did
to
it,
have
we
a
did it.
conversation.
Oh, that was close. Hope it doesn't happen to me, man.
Do not touch my trousers
Aye, yeah, no, I won't. You can pull them up. You're alright now.
ever again.
Aye, you're good. You're good now. I was lucky. That was close. That time. That was. And I look at Humphrey and I just fucking wink at him.
There's a shit-eating grin on Humphrey's face the entire time. He's trying to slowly munch a potatoes, but that fucking grin is making it hard.
That was close. What did he say? What did the ghost say?
It was a ghost. It was Iridia. That's his name. Right?
What's his name?
Elria.
Ilria.
Elria.
It's a deer.
Elahheim.
Elohim.
It was Elria. Remember the guy? Monastery. Nearly
Aye.
died.
Aye.
Sent us on a quest.
Aye.
Yeah, he was talking to me.
Aye, what did he
his-
say?
It was kind of hard to tell when you were trying to rip my trousers off and mess with my bum.
Alright. So you wasn't listening?
It's hard when someone's trying to smack your ass.
Right, well, you're welcome.
Not welcome.
Saved your life, man.
You didn't save my life. You ruined like 2 spells.
Aye, don't take much for a ghost in you and it takes over. That's it. Couple of seconds and they got control of your hands and your legs.
No. It's a message. He was trying to send a message.
You gotta respond quick. Respond quickly.
I would have
Grab
if
and
you
slap.
didn't try
Grab
and
and
touch
slap.
my ass.
Aye.
Never touch my ass again.
Well, wouldn't he? Why would I do that?
You just did it because you thought a ghost was trying to.
Aye, I
Something.
was sort of your flesh, but technically I was hitting the ghost. You know. Out of
You
you.
weren't.
technically I was hitting the ghost out of you. It wasn't like I was
No, you
trying to
weren't. There was
slap
no
you on the
ghost in
arse.
me.
Why would
There
I
was
try
no
and
ghost.
why would I try and slap a man on the ass? You're a fully grown man.
That's literally what you did.
What? It wasn't. I was hitting the ghost out of you.
It'll help, Kael.
Kael is just shaking her head, looking down.
Thanks. Brilliant.
I didn't hear that he used his 2 spells that he, I didn't hear that he's not going to communicate again. So for me, it's like, all right. I guess, did he get any message from us?
I told him that your face was escaping,
All right.
and then he messaged again later, like after he'd stopped hitting my ass the first time. That's a sentence.
Did you tell him where we were going?
I told him we were in the cave and we were following your face. That's all I could get out.
Well,
Doesn't he know where we were going? Didn't I send I sent us this way?
well, we've altered course a little bit.
Humphrey starts looking at all the potatoes and starts passing them out just to make sure somebody's like people are eating them.
I'm like
regardless
eating
if
the
they're like.
potato. So where are you going? We've got to go back to the forest. Is that what we're doing? We're going back
That's
now.
where he is. He's at the forest.
And we got to go and meet him or what?
No.
I don't know if I'm being literally pulled this way. Can we
We've
even
probably
go
got to
that?
go get your face back.
Exactly.
Is it going at a faster rate? Like the closer we get is more of your face going away?
I think it is the same as when we
Right,
started.
that's good. That means we can carry on going. If it was going faster and we walk through a door and your face vanishes like that. Boom, gone. Your teeth fall forwards out your head.
Well, if it accelerates going in this direction, certainly we'll go in the other. Right?
And then what are we doing? I look at Megan. Where are we
We're gonna
going?
do stealing her face.
Is that it? What? But then what?
Stop him from doing it, maybe,
Aye, but
perhaps.
then what?
Well, then we're meant to go to the forest and confront a witch.
This is kind of in the same way, right?
Aye,
It's
but
just a little
You said
detour.
well, we're going to our house. Where's our house? You said you know the way to our house.
Well,
we're going to our house.
She's in the forest, and we are heading southwest still, right? To follow my pull.
The best
Isn't it the same direction?
the best that you know is it's the same direction. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Seems
I'll try to
lead.
express that. Well, it's pretty much along the way, if you will. It's the same direction.
You know where
I
it
just-
is, alright.
Well, once we're above ground, but this is still the same direction that Ellery sent us.
Alright, we'll get up above ground then. Well, let's go find your face.
We can try.
Don't
And
think
I'm
he
gonna
sent
head into
another
that.
message, by the way.
Oh, what?
He said this was like the last one.
Oh, that's good.
The
My hand's
last?
sore.
The last what?
Message? I don't know. You know, like you can only
Oh.
do like 3
Is he all right?
spells or something.
Oh,
It's probably like that, eh?
perhaps. Until tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. If we're
All
kind
right.
of going the right way and we can figure out who's stealing your face, then that's
Right.
like 2 for 1.
Certainly. Let's carry on.
Jay, as they walk ahead,
Yeah.
I would like to trap my ass. I would like to
Did you
get
just
a little
fucking say
bag.
that sentence on the show?
Is that a metaphor for marriage?
I think I
Trap
I
my
think
ass.
No, I definitely turned this off way too soon. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
you want to do what?
I'm gonna get one of my bag of caltrops, of 10 caltrops. Okay.
You're gonna put
And
caltrops in your ass.
In a pouch, right? Just above the on the lower back, above the arse area. And unless you untie it, Okay. If you try and pull the trousers down, it's going to spill and open the bag of caltrops.
Okay. All right.
Therefore, hence trapping my ass.
This is so bad for you as well, though, surely.
Remember when Cash fell on a fork? Let's do it again. Give me a survival check.
A survival check? Wouldn't it be like sleight of hand for trap stuff?
I mean, it would be sleight of hand.
Because I'm literally making a trap. That's why I phrased it.
Are we watching him make this trap?
No, I think you guys are pushed ahead.
Let's go ahead.
But it's also you've got to kind of finagle this thing. All right, I'll let you argue it for sleight of hand. Give me sleight of hand check.
Thank you.
If he rolls a 1, please tell me he shoves all the caltrops up his ass in a fucking wild mistake. Just a terrible,
He sneezes and it just claps him right in there.
horrific sneeze accident. Boom!
Thomas the Tank Engine whistle coming out of nowhere.
Oh. 22.
You managed to get 22
trapped, son.
caltrops.
22 caltrops.
You need a deck save of 22 not to get trapped by my ass.
You managed to trap your ass.
But all it does is drop caltrops over your ass for me to slap them into your ass.
Because all we have to do now
if you
is
try and
shove you over.
You're getting stabbed with caltrops.
Or we push you over, you land on
If
your
you
back
fall-
or ass, and bam, you have caltrops in your ass.
You're going to forget and sit down for lunch, and it's going to be the worst mistake.
It's like above my ass. Like, I'm basically a James Bond car, right? When someone's chasing me.
On your ass.
You just
With what?
flips
What
up the little
materials do
thing,
you have
caltrops.
to make this from?
Except I'm protecting my ass instead of Queen and Country.
No, it's still not going to help.
This is going to be on the Table Story Twitter, isn't it?
This is going to be on the Table Story Twitter for sure. So, you trap your ass with 22 caltrops.
No, 10. Just 10.
10 caltrops.
Fucking lunatic, Jay.
You rolled a 22. I think that means 22 caltrops.
Well, I only have 20 caltrops.
You have 22 caltrops inside your colon.
22.
That's what it means.
Ass trap.
I am the GM. You have 22. You have 22 of these caltrops inside of your anus now. That is. So you all continue on.
Sneezes are forcing
This is the worst timeline.
The imagery is so shitty.
The worst timeline. You all come to a bridge, somewhat like a mammal had described. Did you describe it? I actually don't know.
I sort of tried.
Tried. Okay.
Mammal is
like
not
you
a
tried
good
to
GM.
describe. You all come to a somewhat a decline to your left, an incline to your right. As Megan's ass jingles a small bit behind you, he catches up. And you all see this sight here of this long bridge of crystals here, the two that are kind of connecting and running over top of each other, leaving just a bit of a gap. What are you guys doing?
I point in the direction of the left tunnel, and then Megan farts as a cluster grenade goes off behind us, like some sort of fucking nail bomb.
It's a bio claymore.
All you see is every piece of shit. Every piece just clings to the wall and spreads out like a
half-digested potato, caltrops, and shit, and blood.
So
I point at the.
the organic claymore does not go off.
I point down the left tunnel, and that's what I just say. I probably say it to Megan because I think I told Megan and Kael. I just say, I see a bridge, and I do the air quotes down there. That's the only way I can see across. That doesn't go nowhere up there. Point down the other one.
Go have a look in.
All right, I walk go and have a look. Retrace my steps.
Yeah. Yeah, as you get a little closer to this this large kind of crevasse here, you can feel the wind start to like whip at your clothing a little bit. Feels almost like similar to being on like the plains. Same amount of wind just like pushing through. Seems like a constant source. Maybe it doesn't make it dangerous. It's not like fast enough, like whipping enough that it would make it dangerous to cross. But
I don't know what kind of Wright Brothers
different.
planes you've got in Canada, but ours are like capsules. They were actually inside, so the plane doesn't. The wind doesn't hit us.
Okay. Yeah, that hasn't made it over to Canada yet, obviously. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
What about water?
Nah, man, we barely have internet, dude. Come on. Like, when do you think we play once a year?
He saves up all his internet for the month.
So when he goes to like fucking Austria and shit, he's gone for so long because he's on a Wright Brothers plane, like cranking him and Vio cranking the fucking thing.
It's like the Flintstones pedals.
Yeah,
Just
it's
kinda trying to take off, keeping that propeller going.
Oh, so you all stand here on the edge of this cliff face here. Above you, it starts to like taper off and go get like pushed out to go into a more flat, maybe aligned. What's the word I'm looking for? Like elevation, or it's the same as the ravine here. This crevasse, but there's a small little opening on either side where you've got this cliff shelf that you're all on. You guys stand just a couple of like feet from the edge, just a couple of feet from going over, and there's crystals all over.
The crystals that Vertigo was eating?
Yeah, they are the same icy kind of translucent ones. You can see large kind of shocks of electricity go through them all at the same time, through the bridge as well, a loud like bzzz as it passes by.
I want to touch the crystal and wait for like one of those shocks to go through.
Yeah, 10 seconds later, you put your finger there. It's like a vibration. Doesn't shock you or anything. None of them have while handling any of them. It just feels you can feel like a vibration on the outside of it, as if it's shaking everything inside.
I'm gonna get out a rope and give one end to who looks stronger. It's Humphrey, right? Yeah. Looks,
I'm not like unbelievably weak necessarily, but he is. He's like a brick shithouse, I think.
Like full on.
Yeah.
Flexing without flexing.
I'm gonna get out the rope and I'm gonna hand him the end of the rope. Hold on to that, right?
All right. Just holds on to it. Just kind of gets a good coil around his hand and just grips it.
And I'm gonna try and cross the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, you start to shuffle out. It's wide enough that you can walk on without it being like too topply. You know, it's not like a hazard. It's about 5 feet across.
I'm like a cat. I'm going.
Like going, yeah.
I'm not careful. I'm a cat. I'm going.
Okay. As you come to the kind of edge, I think you have 60 feet. Let me give you 60 feet. Save changes.
I can see everything.
Actually scared the shit out of me. Do you have lights on? Now you do.
Yeah.
Sorry if you didn't. Oh, okay.
I could see a small circle around me.
Humphrey's blind anyway. He tunneled it.
Yeah, you should have, but I don't think Zod had any light. You can see everyone else's though, thankfully. So you get a little bit to the end of this bridge where it starts to taper off here, and some parts of the crystal aren't as like even or smooth as you'd want them to be. Near the end, you can see on the map, near the end, it starts to like kind of get cut in half and slant off a little bit. You can see below you the other crystal bridge. It's about 10 feet down. It's a bit of a drop, but it lies almost directly underneath the crystal here. I think you figure if you could make it down safely enough, then you could cross like that.
Does it look as thick as the one I'm on?
Yeah.
Just
angled a little bit away, but still as thick, yeah.
I might take a little skip jump to get over there just to make sure I make it.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check.
Good at that. I'm good at that. I'm good.
25. You are, yeah. I think he makes it look easy where you kind of like do that thing where you start to slide down on your butt first, and And you use most of the crystal here. Instead of dropping your full weight, the full 10 feet, you only fall down about 5 feet. Land with your on your arms and knees there, and you're on the second one.
Yeah. I'm no cracking sounds, no dangerous music.
No, nothing that you can hear.
I'm gonna try and just make it to the other side then.
Okay. Yeah, you make it across well enough. It's maybe a little weirder here as you it's not like as flat as the other one. It's a little slanted. And near the end you've kind of got to get off to a run. But you all see how far across is this? Yeah, because I don't think you guys can see across it. I think it's more than 60 feet. Almost. Okay. So if you go to the kind of like tip the edge, you can see the rope taut with Megan standing on the other side. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna double check there's nothing around here that's gonna jump out and try and pull down my trousers.
I too would like to bounce across the crystals.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics or athletics check, Mammal.
Advantage with rope?
No.
Oh.
That wouldn't give you an advantage.
We'll see when he's got a rope to hold on to.
The rope?
To drop down though, or just
no? I'm holding one side. He tied off the other.
Right, but the check is for the jump, which the rope wouldn't help with. Yeah.
Okay.
You can traverse it fine enough.
I get you.
But you would have to like tie it off, maybe. Yeah.
All right.
You don't need to
Jumping.
make a check. 10. Mammal. Maybe as you go to step, you slip for a moment.
Oh.
And you slip hard, and Mammal falls face first directly onto the other crystal. You make it just barely. I think your arms are like strapped around either side, but you take a with your face. Give me 2d6.
Oh, that was high.
10 feet up. Yeah.
3.
Take 3 damage. Feel a pop on your nose maybe, but you land face first.
Oof.
Mammal, you alright?
Hey, I'm still alive.
When you use the rope for some sort of advantage?
Unfortunately, the plan with the rope was a waste of everyone's time and energy.
Well, no, because if you fall, you got something to grab onto, innit?
I think even that's not going to help. And I start walking.
I think it might, though. I think we could argue that it might help.
Arguing has done nothing for you so far.
Actually, that's not true.
I point at the shit, blood, and potato wall.
The biomass claymore.
The fucking shotgun-like wound that is his. What was his anus at this point.
Give me a perception check.
What for my anus?
It's
to
gone,
see just
dude.
how bad the damage is.
It's a caltrop hole now. Sorry, buddy. Perception. Okay, it's 13 perception. As maybe you and Mammal are talking, you see a different glow out of the corner of your eye. And to your south, you see a large red crystal kind of jutting out from the wall, sticking into another one, resting about 5 feet off the ground.
Oh, but there's one of them red crystals over here.
Oh, you see one, a red one.
Yeah, it's glowing a little bit.
Oh, all right. And I'm gonna kind of scurry over to the edge here, and I look down. I see that 10-foot drop, and I go for it.
Am I on the other side? By the way?
Yeah, you can make your way over. You only need to make the check for the jump. So acrobatics or athletics from Kael.
Doesn't matter either way.
And she crosses precariously
And
Fine.
Or
dies.
clumsily.
and dies.
You are
do you have a
dead.
rope, a rope on you? You're like holding on to it, or
What was there a rope available, or are you asking? Do I?
Yeah.
because
So-
Humphrey's still holding it, right?
I'm holding the rope, holding it taut, so it kind of like you can kind of glide yourself over
Right.
with a little extra
Yeah,
support. So
If that was available, I would have.
Yeah.
Used it.
Give me a dexterity saving throw as you go to step forward, and maybe I've had this happen. Like as you go to walk up and make the jump, you get a little like
Yeah.
nervous, and you
Right.
stop, but your feet don't stop fast enough, and you fall and smack off of the crystal. and start to slide down as well.
Humphrey's gonna sprint as fast as he can as soon as he sees her sliding.
Okay. Kael is on this top crystal here, the bottom one, but the top one on the map, if that makes sense. Your arms are kind of splayed out, pointed north on the map here, Kael, and you're starting to fall down. Your armor making like screeching noises as it's like scraping against the crystal. Give me a athletics check, Humphrey.
Athletics check. 19.
A 19. Okay. How are you trying to save her here?
Just running up. So is the crystal on top lower than the one I'm on, or is it?
It is lower. Yeah.
It is lower. Okay.
Yeah. So the one that you're on currently on the bottom is about 10 feet higher than the other one.
Okay. In that
case, like Dark Souls 1, the crystal cave, so you have to run along.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
Just like that.
Humphrey's gonna jump over to the other side.
Okay.
And kind of like land and then try and get the rope down to her, or trying to like at least pull her up as soon as possible. So he's gonna jump on the other side.
Okay. Give me another dexterity saving throw. As Kael, you're sliding off, your hands let go. You start to free fall.
Can
Humphrey,
I do something as that's happening? Because I'm holding the other end of the rope.
Right. What do you want to do?
I'm holding it. I want to use it to like abseil around the big crystal that's pointing out, just to give myself a bit more like anchorage.
Yeah.
Because there's about to be two people hanging off this fucking rope.
Okay. Yes. I'll say yes.
Okay.
Am I doing the dexterity saving throw? Is that
you are doing the dexterity saving throw?
Dexterity saving throw. Don't fuck me. 18. 18.
So, Megan, you're running. Just to be clear, you are running and jumping.
Yeah, I want to jump around. Because I haven't got time to tie it up properly, right? Because she's falling and he's jumping.
Right. Give me an athletics check or acrobatics check.
I think I'll go with an acrobatics there.
Kael, you start to fall. Your hands let go. A 15.
Rolled a 5 on that.
Humphrey, on an 18, you grab her hand, and then it slips. But you quickly grab the second one. And then Megan, at the same time, you describe this again.
So he's got the rope. I'm just gonna use like the tautness of where he's got it to spin myself quickly around. Like if you see on the map like that, just go around it.
Yep.
Just to get some kind of anchor, because if I try and tie it up, that's too late.
Okay.
So. No, I mean,
Humphrey, are you tied to this rope? Sorry, there's so many moving parts here.
Wrapped around his arm. He was the one that was holding it taut on the other side, so it is wrapped very tight.
Give me an athletics check.
Another athletics check.
Natural 1.
Advantage because of rope?
No. Disadvantage because of rope. Megan,
why'd you hate rope, Jay?
Run and jump. You run and jump. You do this. It looks fucking sick. You swing. You can see Kael. You're grabbing Kael, and Kael, I think you can hear a rushing. I don't know if Megan is screaming, but I imagine in this situation, Megan would be screaming. I don't know why. You start to swing kind of bravely, triumphantly below the bridge. I think there's a moment halfway through, Megan, where it hits you like, oh my God, I'm, maybe suspended above. You look down, you can see the blackness, and then Kael suddenly looms up. Her figure looms, and you grab onto her. Humphrey,
you
lose your balance.
It's just me.
Yeah, you lose your balance as Megan pulls, and the rope on both ends goes a little more taut. As Humphrey is pulled off and is then dangling as well, you can feel yourself pulled, sliding, being pulled by Megan and Kael's weight, all of her armor. On a natural 1, you fly. You get flung and slammed into this wall. You, Megan, and Kael, you slam into the other side of the wall. Roll me 1d6, the three of you. And then roll me a strength saving throw. Mammal, I think you watched this all happen and unfold in front of you. All three of you make me a strength saving throw.
Advantage.
Oh, do I have advantage? I just realized. Do I have advantage on?
You have advantage on
push,
strength.
pull, lift, and breaking objects. Oh, strength checks. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I can also carry double my max load.
Yes, you can.
Ooh.
So, Humphrey got a natural 21. Megan got a natural 10. And Kael, keeping up with the times here, natural 1. Kael, you slam into this wall and you let go. You begin to fall. You begin to tumble. You, Megan, and Humphrey, you hold on. Megan, you take 1 damage. Kael, you take 6. Humphrey, you take 3 from slamming into the wall. But Megan, just at the last second here from the impact, Kael is let go. And Kael falls.
Can I shout over to Humphrey, let go of the rope?
Humphrey, let's go.
What are you grabbing onto, Humphrey?
Of the,
I assume the cliff.
he'll like grab his
How
axe.
far down is
plant it.
Humphrey? Can I reach for him?
Yeah.
Humphrey, how long is this rope? It's 50 feet, I'm guessing.
50 feet.
Yeah, so probably 25 feet down each on both sides. We'll say 20 actually, because 5 around the crystal, so 20 feet down on both.
Yeah, how many crystals are actually protruding from the sides and everything? Is it something that can be scalable, or is this more of like every 5 or so feet there'll be maybe 1 or something?
I think there's enough that they are scalable if they hold your weight, and if you can maybe jump to reach them or deal with their strange placement. Not easily scalable.
Planted correctly and just kind of is able to stand on one of these crystals or a cluster of them or whatever, looking at a situation, he'll let go of the rope, but is going to attempt to actually, you said 20 feet below?
Yep.
Fuck. Okay. He's gonna start trying to scale up the environment.
Okay. So, Megan, you suddenly start to sink again as well. You start to catch up to Kael.
I'm
quickly.
grabbing Kael.
You grab Kael. You're free falling.
And my action is to grab Kael.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cunning action to a fax action to use a piton into the side of the cliff.
Okay. Just the one hand, you're gonna grab her and.
Well, I mean, that's all I got left.
Yeah.
Grab hate rope. I to use rope. Look at my pitons.
So you two are falling. Kael, you can see, I think here in this moment, you can see Megan start to fly away from you and then hear him shout. And then Megan starts to quickly join you as well. You fall for like, I think about 5 seconds here. You grab her, grab a piton. Give me a strength check.
Oh.
One singular strength check.
No advantage.
No advantage. Nothing.
Have inspiration they want to give me?
Put on the gloves. The gloves. Put them on while you're falling.
Put them on.
I don't have an action left. I've used my fast action.
Attune to the gloves and one
Okay.
check.
Okay. A check, not a save, a check.
A check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just.
12?
12.
Okay. I have a -1 to strength.
You make it. The piton stabs in, and you can feel it immediately. It disconnects. You kind of like bounce for a second, and then you get it again in another spot. It slows you down significantly. You feel your arm like it retches, or kind of, I don't know the word. Gets like retched out of your socket. You've dislocated.
For a second.
Yeah, you have dislocated your arm as you hang there, dangling. What are you two doing?
Kael, grab the cliff.
Oh, all right. I'll try to grab the cliff.
Yeah, you can grab on. There are a couple of small little like rivets. I don't want to call them handholds, but there's like a couple little rivets that you could grab onto.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh, this'll go well, boys. 8.
An 8. You can just barely. I think there's no room for your feet, so you're just relying on your arm strength for about a minute here. What are you doing, two of you?
Can I get another caltrop? Caltrop.
Yeah, man, you got plenty of them,
Can I just empty my caltrop all over Kael? Oh, I want to get another piton out
Your
and
ass
like, try and stick that in.
Yeah. Give me another strength check.
This is just straight up athletics, isn't it? Because it's check, not save. -1. Ooh, 18.
Is it athletics? Yeah, sometimes I'll just make you use the base one because it's like the easiest, like most straightforward. 18. Another one you hear. I think the two of you up top, you hear a ting as and then another one a couple seconds later as you get both in. Your right arm a little bunk right now, like it's like kind of useless. Still holding on, a little rigid, but you get the left in, and you have two of them essentially to balance your weight on. Kael, you're kind of hanging precariously here, pulling yourself up. Like imagine, pulling yourself up out of a pool by both of your arms, but you're holding on just by both your elbows, just hanging on this cliffside. What are you doing to get up?
Grab the caltrop. Don't grab the caltrop. Fuck's sake, something caltrop.
Is there enough room for my hand on the piton?
Not without inconveniencing Megan.
Well, I'm still dangling noodle arm off one of them, right?
Yeah.
That's what the piton is for her, so she can actually get some purchase.
Okay.
So yeah, you would
All
grab
right,
it then?
so I'll grab onto that one.
How far?
If I look down, how can I have dark vision?
Yeah.
What do I see?
As you look down, you can see the cliff face. You see all these crystals kind of sparkling out at you. But as you look down into the actual blackness, there is still nothing. There was no floor that you can see.
Floor.
Nothing.
And how far have we fallen down?
I think as you look up, you can see maybe twice the distance. So 40 feet.
So 40 feet down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Humphrey able to? Yeah, Humphreys wants to go ahead.
Yeah,
and
you're able to get a handhold if you want to start climbing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
20.
20. You make it up. It's a little tough. I assume maybe Mammal would help you up at the last go. There's a point where you can grab these crystals and use your weight, I think, on both. You grab two of them sticking out and pull yourself up, and it holds you firmly. Mm-hmm. As you stand on top of that, you can grab kind of Mammal's arm and pull yourself up. You both are up on top, and as you look down over, you can see, you can see Kael and Megan holding kind of haphazardly onto the edge.
Yeah, I'll run. Once he's up, I'll run over to this side. I have a rope of my own that I'll, throw down.
Okay.
Goes
So there's
50 feet.
it smacks down next to you guys.
Grab onto that, quick. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, but that gives us absolutely no advantage.
No, you're right. We're gonna have to figure out something else.
Once they get if
grab
they're
the
able to grab it, if they can secure themselves on it,
Yeah.
Humphrey wants to go ahead and just start pulling up the entire, their entire weight.
Okay. If you guys do that, yes, you will have advantage. You guys, whoever's climbing,
We did it!
whoever's climbing first, give me an athletics or acrobatics with advantage. Actually, I think this is just straight athletics because you are pulling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he's pulling you up. I don't know who I would make the check here. Yeah, no, we'll still say you guys just advantage because he's helping you. So Kael or Megan, whichever one first.
You said athletics.
Athletics.
Did you say with advantage?
with advantage.
Okay.
I don't want to roll it first.
About
The amount of times I've been. Oh my god.
Oh man, if she rolled 2 nat ones, I was like, the universe wants her to fucking die. A 19.
I think killed her at that point.
You make it up first, Kael. I think it's like really shaky, and you have to rely a lot more on Humphrey than yourself. But using your legs and Humphrey pulling, you can kind of go as well. I think a moment passes again as you climb up free on the other side, and then another rope smacks against the wall, and you climb up like a natural, Megan. You barely need the help. I think there's, you're working with both arms and legs. As
I
you
can climb the speed that I can move as well.
Yeah, so I was gonna say you come up a lot quicker than Kael. I was gonna say that, and you're up almost immediately as the wind starts to die down, being out of your ears now, and danger somewhat.
It's just weird.
Yeah, your arm's doing that Harry Potter thing, that's flopping around, just fucking.
Harry Potter thing? What fucking Harry Potter do you see, mate? I thought it was like wizards and shit.
He gets the bone injection. He's got a fucking bone in his arms, and he's
got no bones in his arms.
Yeah.
It's just all jelly.
Never woken up like that had the stranger in the morning, and you wake up and your arm's like, yeah,
the stranger.
You don't actually do it, but it's. I mean, the arm, it just flops around.
I can assure you, Peachy has never woken up with a stranger in his bed. Peachy is a saint. A saint, I tell you.
He's never woken up with a stranger in his bed or anything foreign in his ass.
Yeah.
Episode.
There are no caltrops in his ass.
He's never woken up with a. All right, I'm not gonna.
You ever think such dirty things?
Never woken up with a stranger in his ass.
Never woken up with a stranger in his ass. That's what we know.
I want to roll for.
Peachy's laughing so hard because of.
I'm rolling for insight on stranger in his ass.
Because of the memory of it. Like, look at him.
He's like, oh yeah, that did happen.
It's funny because it's so untrue.
I rolled a 6. I can't find out if he has a stranger in his ass right now.
No idea if he's got a stranger in his ass, man. There's just no.
He's a little happy.
You can't tell his ass is trapped, though.
With all the clenching and all the movement, is his ass still trapped?
It is still trapped. It would have sucked if you fell on that, man. That would have been instant death.
Instant death.
Listen, if you fall, you guys would have seen a bloody caltrop go way up again.
Oh, it would have been fucking great. He would have survived the fall, but the caltrop would have killed him. Like, the caltrop's in his ass.
Yeah. I think that is probably the worst series of clips that we've ever produced as a channel.
Yeah, Wack's gonna shut us down.
Any of them.
Wack's gonna shut us down. As you all situate yourselves up here on the cliff again, what are you doing? It's like a moment after you've all been pulled up, so you're probably a little out of breath.
Screaming a little bit because I just dislocated my fucking shoulder.
I'm like looking at him, like shaking my head, like, I told you, I was trying to tell you before that it's not really a bridge, it's not that easy to get across,
Oh, but with a rope. I just assumed there would be some kind of advantage to using a rope.
It's a shame you don't have any gloves that give you advantage on all checks, and none of that would have had to happen, but you didn't do that, didn't you? Only you had gloves like that.
Doesn't Kael have those gloves?
Yeah, she does, and none of that needed to happen. But I stayed quiet throughout the entire thing. Because I'm not helping her anymore. I'm dead as Taldro, and she's dead to me in real life as a player. Get out, Tuesday! Get out of here! The worst player ever, not trying to wrangle little advantages and little shitty things out of the GM at all times.
That's how you D&D, right?
Yeah. That's a moment. That's a D&D moment where you die and you're like, oh, I had that.
Yeah, there was a problem with the gloves. I don't remember what it was, but when I tried to attune to them, wasn't it like, oh, you can't attune to these or something?
Yeah, you just gotta wait a little bit to attune.
Yeah, you can't instantly attune to them.
It's a short rest on attunement.
As how we had the short rest before.
Yeah.
That was a long rest.
Even a long rest. Sorry.
You've been attuned to them since like
both.
since Kesh turned to stone.
Kesh. All you have to say is, I am putting these on and attuning to them.
I am putting these on and attuning to them.
Oh no.
Like declaring bankruptcy.
Aaron.
Bankruptcy!
The gloves have broken.
I think this is a good spot. This is a good spot for us to end the episode here. We start to
This is a good spot. Are we in a good spot?
You know what? You guys have made it a good spot. We've gone from playing D&D to talking about the gloves again. So
Jay hates those gloves more than anything.
Bring it
I
up.
know that feeling. I can hear that tone in his voice where you're like, why did I give them a piss blanket? Why? That fucking piss blanket. I hated it.
you really hate the piss blanket?
Oh yeah, of course I did. It was horrific. As from a GM perspective, like I like it. From the viewer side of me, it was like it was hysterical. But the side of me that was like the GM was like, fuck that fucking blanket. Everything got stuck to it, and everyone was like, and specifically the rules state on this thing that I had written. I was like, I should have written it more specifically. And they used it against me.
We got a blanket that's stuck to everything and everyone. Tuesday and I's characters.
Blanket.
Yeah, we got stuck together, and they tricked us to piss on each other to get it off.
Yep.
But it didn't work. But we abused the shit out of it. We wrapped a boss in that fucking
The blanket was like you had to make an athletics check or something to get out of it, and even if you did, it still dealt damage because it ripped skin off you and shit. It was just
stuck.
And then they pissed all over it, so it was saturated with piss for the whole time, so it became this thing. Oh god. But it was so broken. I had this fucking cool boss that was like, I'm going to, and they were like, we throw the blanket out, and it just fucking killed him.
Let me tell you my plan.
Oh, it was horrific.
Disgusting.
They just threw a piss blanket at the fucking hardcore boss, dude. And it won the fucking fight and everything. It was fucking awful.
I spent a month writing that boss.
Oh, you know what's funny is we almost died going back for that blanket too.
I tried to go back for it.
I was sitting there and we left it behind. And
I never wanted to let that blanket go.
Me as Jay, I was like, how do I meta this to get that blanket?
Oh god. That fucking blanket, dude.
Oh, thank you guys for playing. Thank you so much for whatever the fuck this was.
Almost dying.
It started as a session, but then we killed Peachy. And
twice.
So we will.
There's like an AU story that split off from this now. But we've got this like alternate reality where he died from exploding himself from a grenade of caltrops in his ass.
Let one rip and
one of these days,
let it rip.
Fucking alternate dimension Kael is gonna come through and it was horrible.
Yeah, the darkest timeline Kael. Who's a fucking dark warlock. She's seen everything. She's just gone full dark side.
Oh man.
Got Sith eyes. Oh god.
Oh fuck. Thank you, you four. Thank you so much for playing. I am sorry this ended on a weird note. But you all forced my hand. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone for watching as well. It's been a blast to put this campaign on every week for you guys, or every other year. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week for our biannual Ragtags.
Hey Jay.
Yeah. No, we won't. Next week's TwitchCon. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my god.
There will be no episode next week.
10 out of 10 content.
But we will be there the week after. We're all going to TwitchCon. We're going to go see everyone. Don't worry. I'm moving to Austria next year to go slap Brad's ass in person. So
Bam.
Can't wait.
Brad lives in Austria.
He's like a fucking hour away, man. Like
I love how like Americans
like
and
a train
Canadians
ride away.
always do this thing where they see the amount of distance but don't see any of the history. So they don't realize that all of our roads are these twisty little turny bullshit things, and that there isn't like just a straight road between everywhere like you guys all have over there because it was made 3 weeks ago. It is fucking impossible to drive to Austria. It is a nightmare, and it isn't just a distance thing.
What about the trains though?
Fuck the train. What do you want to die?
Fuck the train.
Trains will do it a bit quicker, but it will be expensive.
A plane would be your best bet.
Oh, well, guys, I'm going to take a Hyperloop over to Brad's place. Thank you, Mr. Musk. Should we do outros? You guys got anything big going on this week? Anyone got anything they want to announce?
Yeah, next Tuesday, the Surge 2 releases. I've been waiting for that for 1,000 million years. So watch me play that, please, so I can play it and not cry myself to sleep.
The Surge 2. Go play it.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better than the first one. I'm sorry, Peach, I had to say it.
Oof.
My favorite game of all time, and this is the sequel. You shut your whole mouth, you rope-hating bitch.
All right, you biomass claymore looking ass. Organic claymore looking ass.
You organic claymore looking ass. Oh my god.
I don't even think we have a proper outro this week, guys. Thank you all so much for watching.
Jay's done, dude. What the?
This episode is done.
All right.
Thank you all. Go watch us on YouTube. I appreciate you all.
If you want to watch the piss blanket, that's all right. Bye. See you, everyone.
Please go follow everybody. Don't close it yet. Go follow everyone. I'm sorry, Noodle. Fuck, he did it already. God damn it.